your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, Blaze.
It's a beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Hello, everyone. How y'all doing? What's going on? Happy Friday. Happy Educational Friday for sure. Y'all know how I roll. I know we joke, we drag, we laugh, we do all of that during the week, but I feel like we got to give ourselves some food for thought. So that is what Educational Friday is all about. Hey, Rochelle Harrison Phillip, checking in from Facebook. How you doing? And as usual, my name, Rochelle White, says, hey, favorite niece, let's go. I even put my new picture up for the occasion. And ain't it beautiful? I appreciate you so much. You don't even understand. You don't even have to be up in here doing all of this. And I appreciate you so much. You have no idea. Thank you. 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 Like I said, you don't have to do none of what you're doing and you doing it. So I am gravely appreciative of you. You know what I'm saying? So thank you so much, Rochelle. You guys drop some purple hearts in the chat for Rochelle. She's sponsoring the live today. Always generous. So guys, yeah, please drop some hearts in the chat for Rochelle for sponsoring the live. Like I said, words can't express my gratitude. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. You have no idea. Thank you so much. I saw that when I was getting this thing geared up, and I'm just like, oh God. You know, I'm kind of like bashful a little bit, like, the $20 super chat. Oh, thank you. But when you get one, I don't know. I don't know. I'm still getting used to this whole thing. So thank you. Like I said, I'm gravely appreciative. Thank you so much, so much, so much. All right, you guys. We are going to talk about the Divine Nine. Now, I know we kind of started talking about it a couple of Fridays ago, but we got lost in the sauce. We had some great people come up who are part of the Divine Nine organization. They came up and we heard some experiences. We laughed. We had a good kiki. But this time, I hope they're still in here. I hope they really are in here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all know when I get the ugly cry. Thank you. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. Let me check the likes, y'all. Y'all, we only got 79 likes and 148. All right, come on, let's go. I'm going to give y'all a chance. Let me give y'all the little thing, the little 1, 2, yin. One more time. Please hit the like button, y'all. It's free.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, Blaze.
It's a beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
All right. We got them. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's why I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. But let's get into the content because I don't want to waste up too much time, you guys. Because hey, everybody. Hello to everybody. Y'all, if y'all haven't been, if y'all don't know, mornings on my way to work, I do a morning jose over on Voodoo Doll TV, the main page. If you are not subscribed over there. If you don't know about the channel, please go over there. We be talking about some real stuff, some behind the scenes stuff. We be talking about like no celebrity gossip. It really just be about real life stuff. And I really just be like venting and hearing other people and all of that, y'all. So if you're bored in the morning between 7 and 9, I don't know the time for sure. Please forgive me. It's so impromptu. But if you not busy in the morning between 7 and 9, your notifications may not be working. But I do go over to the main channel and I do a new segment that I call the Morning Joe. So y'all pull up over there. We're gonna pull over and we're gonna talk about a lot of things. Now, also, please be sure you're still subscribed to the channel, because somehow YouTube unsubscribe people. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And make sure the notification bell is on so that you receive notifications for all things that I'm doing over here. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the Dollhouse. All new members, welcome to the Dollhouse. Start February 1st. It's up. Do you hear me for the members? It's up. Matter of fact, when I go to New Orleans, I already said I'm a vlog. I am going to vlog the time down in the New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? Is going to vlog the times in the New Orleans. So I may do a couple of intimate blogs as well, vlogs, I'm sorry, as well for the members. But I will be, every day I'm going to be on here. You see what I'm saying? Because I want y'all to experience Mardi Gras the way the locals experience Mardi Gras. Because see what y'all be saying on TV when they be over there down there on Canal Street and on Bourbon Street and they be saying, show your, and then the women go, woo, and they just, oh yes, over and I will be there. What is you saying? Yes, we'll be there. Yeah, please. I done already bought my ticket. I'm just got to give me a couple of more outfits and some help, and that's it. We'll be there. Mm-hmm. But I do want you guys to experience Mardi Gras the way the local blacks. Let me say that again. The way the local black be celebrating. I want y'all to see that part. Because see, that's a different Mardi Gras. That ain't the Mardi Gras y'all be seeing online. Hey babe, you gonna take your son outside? All right. I know, go ahead, take your time. Treasure box, don't get me started on them people from Mobile. I goes back and forth with these people all the time. Hey to everybody in the chat. Birthday, have I ever thought about moving back to New Orleans? Hell no. Take the bell off this nigga, but you're gonna need it on him when you go outside. Well, that's fine. Come here, P. Come here, P. All right, come here. Cause you jingling the jingle bell. There you go. Every time I get on live, I forget to take this thing off here. But look. Hell no, I'm planning on moving back. I love my city. Lord knows I do, but I don't want to live there. But let me get to the people in New Orleans. I mean, the Mardi Gras people in Mobile. I have battled with these people forever. Remember, I don't know if I told y'all. Okay, Tracy's Take gifted a membership. Y'all make sure y'all gifts are enabled under the membership option, under that join button. They got settings. Click enable. You might get a membership gift. I'm just saying. Let me show y'all something. Let me say something about the people in Mobile, and then we're gonna get into the content. So I have ran across people all the time saying Mardi Gras was started in Mobile. The first Mardi Gras was in Mobile, and Mardi Gras, the origin of Mardi Gras happened in Mobile. You guys, I don't know if you know this, but when I was in college, I took a lot of history classes. I am infatuated with history. I am literally, like, you don't understand. I am infatuated with history. So much so, I took Louisiana history. I took American history. I took world history, all in the same semester. That's 3 histories. Then I turned back around and took African history, African American history. And then I also took a world history. No, it was another history. I was taking so many histories, girl. The people was like, girl, is you trying to graduate or what you doing? And I was like, oh yeah, I just, because I'm always curious about history. I'm saying all that to say this. When I did my research, let me tell you what I found. And we're gonna joke on this one day. One day I'm gonna pull up the T's and we're gonna deal with it. Let me tell y'all what I found. Yes, the first Mardi Gras happened in Mobile, Alabama. Shout out to Mobile. They ain't known for nothing, so they holding on to Mardi Gras. Shout out, if you're in here and you're from Mobile, no shade, bad. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta say this part. So, shout out to Mobile. They not known for nothing, so why not just be known for Mardi Gras? You know what I'm saying? But you don't understand the backstory. See, it's not a simple yes or no answer. Thank you, Tanner the Great, for becoming a member. Thank you so much. Bro, let me tell y'all something. So what happened was, I like to tell history in a way where we can understand it in 2024. I love that. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I don't know why. So let me tell you what happened. So the French people who were colonizers, who stole the whole thing from people who look like this. Let's start there first. When the French and the Spanish bought into the New World, remember that? Oh, you upgraded your membership. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have a $2.99 membership and a $3.99 membership. I think the difference is the $2.99 and the $4.99. I'm sorry, one of them you can't comment. The $2.99 you can't comment. Let me tell y'all something. G Power, you from up here? My bad, boo. I love you. I love you. This is no shade. I gotta say what I got to say though. So let me tell y'all in the layman's term what happened. So the clear French and Spanish people came and they had the Louisiana Purchase. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember teaching y'all about that? Remember, it wasn't just the state of Louisiana. It went all the way up to the top of the United States of the Americas, right? So boom. The French sent Bienville. It was a few of them. Bienville, I can't remember the names, but Bienville and his little partners. He sends them over here and said, look, I need y'all. No, this is what happened. They did the Louisiana Purchase, but once they did the Louisiana Purchase, the British was just snatching. The British was like, okay, we're going to go to war with these Indians. We're going to go to war with these Indians. Hey, Great T News, my love. And then we're going to conquer their lands. But the problem was, first of all, they sold land that didn't belong to them. Let's start there first. Thank you, Jocelyn DJ Joe Money, for becoming a member, baby. But Candelou said, hey, Voodoo, maybe it's for Educational Friday. Listen, Linda. I'm going to say this, bro. Let me say what I got to say, because this is only going to take me a second. Look. So what happened was the British was just snatching stuff from these people. Because see, y'all, I remember we talked about on the last live, the Native Americans I showed y'all. That ain't what we already went over it. We'll talk about it another time. We already went over it, okay? Legendary Hair and Company, thank you so much for being a member. Thank you so much. This is all you need to know. The original people that were here look like me and you. We already went over it. We went over Hawaii. We went over all these places. So boom, the British started taking stuff. Now the French had, in the Spanish, well, really more or less the French, they had done already bought their land, but they wasn't coming claim their land. So the powers that be over in the New World, America, called the king and was like, King, I know you bought your land and all, and you might have a receipt. But at the end of the day, if you don't KO behind down here, the British gonna take all your land. You know what I'm saying? So you might need to come on back now. I don't know how you're gonna do it. You over there dragging your feet, but by the time you come back, it's gonna be gone. You know what I'm saying? So the king out in France said, "Oh snap! Let me send some explorers to go over there and lay stake in the land, i.e. the land. I'm sorry, the fleur-de-lis. That's how you know. Even all the way up to Kentucky, they have fleur-de-lis. We're going to get there. So, boom. He says Bienville and his little partners over here, they over here getting drunk in New Orleans, having a good time. It just so happened, well, what would be in the New Orleans area? Because remember, that's where all the import and export and all that happened. So, once they get him, they drunk, having a good time, sleeping with these women. That's how you get Creoles. Sleeping with these women, drinking, eating, partying, wooty, wham, whams. So the king called and was like, listen, the powers that be is calling me, telling me that y'all ain't laying stake in no land. And if I lose my land, that's your ass. Get your ass up and get out of here. But the problem was, Bienville was like, damn, Carnival though, Fat Tuesday, or whatever they called it back then, Carnival is a few days away. So if we go stake claiming his land, we're going to miss Carnival. And the king said, don't give a good goddamn, get your ass up and go get my land. Go stay claiming my goddamn land. You know what I'm saying? So boom, child, Bill and his little partners get up. All right, girl, come on, we gotta move. They get up, and it just so happened when this was the first Fat Tuesday in the New World. The Fat Tuesday or the carnival that it just so happened they were in Mobile when that day came. Sure was. So yes, they celebrated Mobile, but it was like a carnival to go. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know the difference between your food at the restaurant when they cook it versus your food when you take it to go. They taste the same for the most part, but the experience is kind of different. You know what I'm saying? So how it works is they had a carnival to go, but they made all sure that the very next carnival and the ones to pass will be in New Orleans. You hear me? So from that day forward, yes, the first one was happening down in Mobile. Shout out to Mobile for the to-go carnival. I love it. But that ain't where it originated, Fed. It didn't even originate here, to be honest. Carnival didn't even originate in America. The islanders were doing it. The people in Jamaica, Honduras, all the people, Brazil, they were doing it. But we wasn't doing that in America. Please. Okay. So that's your little, what do you call it? That's your little history on Carnival. And we're going to get into that another time. But look, let's get into why we're here. First and foremost, I always like to start Educational Friday. Yeah, G-Power, it was a to-go carnival. It was. It just was. What's still America? What's still America? Jamaica, not America. Brazil's not America. None of that's America. The island of Honduras is not America. It's Central America, and that happened later on, but that's not America. I'm talking about the United States. Turtle Island, OCO, my people who know what I'm talking about. None of those places I named are America. I'm just saying. Thank you, Stacy. Wait, where's she at? Oh, I missed her. Thank you, Stacy, for becoming a new member. Thank you. So look. So it was all on one island. You talking about are you talking about tectonic plates and shit and stuff disconnecting? If you getting that deep into it, then I guess maybe. But ultimately, at that time, they were not all together. Those places were not all together. But I get if that's what you're saying, I get what you're trying to say. OCO, Serenity, OCO. All right, boom. So let's get into this content, y'all. First of all, we have to get rid of the idea. We have to get rid of the idea that all black people were always poor. Can we start that first? Let me say that again. And first of all, let me get my disclaimer. Let me give my disclaimer. In order to understand, in order to receive anything on Educational Friday, we have to be comfortable with questioning what we were taught. Does that make sense? In order to understand, or at least receive, let's just say receive. In order to receive Educational Friday, you have to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. And the uncomfortable is we were taught most everything we know is wrong. Now, you got to be comfortable with that idea. You might be sitting up here saying that's a lie. But be comfortable with the idea in order to receive the information. So boom. We were taught in school that black people were poor, clear people were well off. Black people only wanted to have civil rights because they were so poor and they were so mistreated. And we went from slaves straight to just nothing, and then we were broke and we were trying to figure it out, and we ain't never been up, and that is the furthest thing from the truth. Have you guys ever heard of a group of Black people called the Black bourgeoisie? The Black bourgeoisie was a group of Black people who lived middle to upper class. Hey, Yusuf, my love. They lived middle to upper class. They went to colleges. They lived extremely well. They ate well. Miss Parker, you never heard of the Black bourgeoisie? I might have to pull them up. This how I get people. This how I get people. Hey, Eric. This how I get people. The story they told us, they said, I didn't say it. This is what they said. They said that we were slaves in the South. They ain't tell us. See, if I'm talking about history down here. I don't know what they taught y'all up in New York. I don't know what they taught y'all up there. I'm just telling y'all what they taught us down here, right? So in the South, we were taught that the Blacks were slaves, and then boom, all of a sudden, what's the tall nigga name? Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves because he just cared so much about the slaves. Oh my God, you can't have these people in bondage. What are you doing? And then he got popped upside the head. After he got popped upside the head, we were freed, but we were lost. We were just wandering around. Well, what is we gonna do, Master? And Master said, you could stay here and continue to work on my farms. And Black folk was like, well, I think I need to stay here because if I go out there, I have nowhere to go. I'm not going to be able to do nothing for myself. I don't know how to feed myself, clothe myself. That's what we were taught in the South that Black people were doing when they freed the slaves. Lies. Let's start there first. There were prominent Black people. See, look how the education system is very, very tricky. They will tell you a story like that, but then also put in unhonorable mentions or little small mentions like, by the way, yeah, they did have Black people who owned slaves. Hold up, skirt. They did have Black people who were free. Hold up, skirt. That ain't what you said. You said all the Black people were slaves. Where did these free Negroes come from, and how did they buy their freedom if they were slaves? Remember, slaves didn't get paid. How was these Negroes buying their freedom? Oh, clear people. Oh yeah, no. So some of their masters will grant them freedom. Okay, cool. So after he granted them freedom, how did he make money? Because if this was a slave environment, ain't too many clear people hiring and then hiring to pay good. How are these people getting this money? You get it? They also tell us in the same breath that if you go up north, the people in New York, Harlem, that is, Chicago, or Detroit, the people, the Negroes was doing well. So I'm saying, wait a minute, hold up. Pennsylvania, all of them was doing well. I said, wait a minute, hold up now. You mean to tell me we all wasn't poor slaves? No. The people up north were just fine. They even went as far to tell us the people up north, they would go snatch them up sometime and ship them on down. Remember 12 years of slaves? You get it? History is a whole bum fuck of nothing. And I've studied a lot of history. I'm infatuated with this shit. I'm telling you, they lie. I was taking African American history and African history, and I would go to my African professor and ask him about stuff that happened in African American history, and he'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. You get it? Same school, same building. Why is this important? Let's pull up the Black bourgeoisie, since some people may not know who they are. Let's get the Black bourgeoisie up here. So to give you guys a visual. Damn, I hate that shit. I think this is. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now we got the black bourgeoisie. Let's get them up here. The black bourgeoisie were a group of people, black folk, mind you, who did extremely well. Let me say that again. They did extremely well when we were told we were all broke, poor, and disgusted. And listen, this is going to tie into some other things. So please give me a second, because it all gonna make sense once I tie it in. You know what I'm saying? So these were black folk, middle to upper middle class, who did extremely well. Let me say that again. Black middle, go ahead. Middle to upper middle class who did extremely well. Hold on one second, y'all. You're welcome. They did extremely well, while us poor Negroes off the plantation, we was down here trying to figure it out because we couldn't live without massa, and that was the furthest thing from the truth. You get what I'm saying? Let me get all right. Let me do you one better. Oh no, not that one. I need that window. I need that window. Go ahead, Saint. Go ahead. It's right here. Hold on, you guys. Because I wasn't expecting to pull them up, but I need to pull them up anyway. So hold on. I have to pull them up anyway because I want you guys to get visuals. Hey, Azure TV. All right, let's get these folk up here. And I love when it's an old one. Shout out to Hezekiah News, man. This dude off the chain. If y'all want to see some vintage videos, go subscribe to Hezekiah News. This dude is off the chain with his vintage videos, bro. I swear. I've been subscribed to that dude for a long time. He good. That boy good. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, he was sharing that. Remember that documentary we went over about the black people in the 60s in Mississippi?
But God bless.
And white masters who was successful in acquiring some education.
NAA.
Pause. Listen to why I'm bringing up the black bourgeoisie. Mind you, this is during the time either really post-slavery or some of them, they were still black bourgeoisie during slavery. But listen, these were educated, well-to-do black folk, right? Let me get you together. Hold on. Peep this. Hey, Shay. Peep this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let it run while we talk about it. Let me just turn the music down. So look, they had a class of black people that were doing extremely well. We're not taught that. They never have. Y'all ever heard of that in any of you guys had in any of you guys' history classes or anything? I haven't. Why are the black bourgeoisie important? The black bourgeoisie also, coincidentally, y'all know how it is. I don't believe in no coincidences. Hey, but coincidentally, a lot, if not most of these people in these prominent places doing extremely well were a part of the Boule or the Divine Nine. Let me say that again. The well-to-do Negroes were, hold on, let me see what he's saying. Hold on, get off here, sir.
Of life, the symbols of success without any real substance.
Things like having a Cadillac, for instance, being able to dress in a certain way, for instance, being able to go to certain nightclubs and so on and so forth. Something without any real substance.
After Frazier's study was published, to be called bourgeois in the Black community was considered to be either an insult or a compliment, depending upon a person's quest for status and the trappings of society.
Now y'all looking at this. Peep game. Peep game. History in the South don't teach none of this. They don't teach none of this. But where I was going is, so the Black bourgeoisie, as you can see on the screen right now, coincidentally, y'all know I believe there are no such thing as a coincidence. Everything is done by design. That's my belief. But coincidentally, a lot of the Black bourgeoisie were D9 members and or Boule. Now, we spoke about the Boule in a live before. That is the first Black secret society or secret organization or fraternal order or fraternity or whatever, right? So they were secret all the way up until 1982. No, you knew it existed, but nobody knew who they were. How did they do this? Well, they hid amongst the Divine Nine organization, because we have to understand the Boule, the Black Boule, is basically a hint off of the Skull and Bones block. Skull and Bones is the clear man thing. Boule is the Negro thing. I told y'all this last live. Remember Diddy, that man who was in jail, told the police officer that Diddy is in the Black Boule? And the man said, well, what is that? He said, oh, it's the Black Illuminati. All of this ties in. Freemasonry, all of this ties in. All of this ties in. So coincidentally, it just so happened that these Divine Nine organizations or these Divine Nine members, some of them, not all of them. Remember, there's levels to every single thing that we have. There's levels to your job at McDonald's. You got your regular workers, you got your managers, and then you got your corporate. It's the same thing in the Divine Nine. The Divine Nine has levels such as, hey, you got your regular D9 members, and then you have your selected few, i.e., from what I'm being told, Dr. Simone is an AKA as well as Dr. Jackie. But why is it Dr. Jackie was chosen to speak to Scamala and Dr. Simone wasn't? They both in the same organization. You get it? So boom. Coincidentally, these people happen to be in the Boule or the Divine Nine. I'm sorry. They happen to be in the Divine Nine. Now, what's crazy about this is the Divine Nine, they always end up in some position of power. Have you guys noticed that? Have you guys noticed that the D9 members, they always end up in the positions of power? The regular schmegulars, you might get a little onesie twosie, but for the most part, the people who sit up high, they typically have association to a D9 organization. I love Steve Coakley, y'all. I love Steve Coakley. We talked about him when I did my live on the Boule. We brought him up. I love Steve Coakley. I love him. So think about this. Hey, Momo, think about this. So we got the D9 organization and we got the people in charge. Remember, the Boule is supposed to be advisors to the king. Advisors to the king. Hey, Kima TV. They are the gatekeepers between Negroes and these folk and the clear folk. They are the first line defenders. That's why you have stuff like the NAACP that came about. The We Shall Overcome. We talked about this in the live as well as it pertains to Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King, if y'all want it, I'm about to mess y'all head up. I know his birthday just passed, Black History Month coming up, but I got to say what I got to say. He was a plant. Martin Luther King was a plant. Coincidentally, he was a part of that Divine Nine organization. Now, why is this important? We're going to get into a little back history, a little literature, and then we're going to go up and we're going to get some videos up, and then we're going to get some history videos up, and then I also want to show y'all some people who denounced the D9 organization simply because they realized the rituals. No, I ain't even got to do that. The rituals that they were doing in order to crossing the burning sands is a ritual. You know what? Taking communion is a ritual too, if we really want to be honest. However, yes, leader, he ain't even Martin Luther King. His name Mike. If y'all ever seen, I'm about to give y'all a nugget. I'm about to give y'all an Easter egg. Peep this. Y'all ever seen that show Lovecraft Country? Put them one in the chat if you ever seen Lovecraft Country. See, y'all got to understand how this industry works. These people tell y'all the truth in entertainment. They tell y'all the truth through entertainment. They don't tell you straight up because they know if you're being entertained, you're not going to catch it. On the episode of Lovecraft Country, when they got back from, and I think this was before they went and got the daddy. When he was with the uncle, they went to a party. I don't know when it was, but they went to a party in the neighborhood. Remember they bought the house? They went to a party in the neighborhood, and at the party, hey, Shayna, welcome to the Dollhouse. Thank you for becoming a member. If y'all haven't watched this series, please go back, because when you have an opener eye and an opener mind, shit look way different. Listen, during one of the parties, they were all in there, talking, laughing, drinking, yada, yada, yada. It was very, very subtle, but I caught it when they first said it. And I watched this shit like 3 times straight. During the party, it was announced on the radio, the music cut, and it was announced on the radio, Dr. Martin Luther King. Mind you, this is in the 50s. This is before he was popping. Dr. Martin Luther King is now been the new pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church. And I remember the lady at the party said, Martin? And she said, who's Martin? And the other black lady said, oh, you know who they talking about? Michael, who used to like the white women. And she said, he a pastor? She said, yeah, girl. Get me up here so y'all can see what I'm really trying to say. Get me up here so y'all can see what I'm really trying to say. Y'all gotta hear this. When they announced on the radio, I'm going to find that clip. Oh, I'm going to find it. They announced on the radio that Martin Luther King was going to be the new pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church. The lady said, who's Martin Luther King? And the other lady said, oh, they talking about Michael. And she was like, Michael? She said, Michael who date the white girls. And she said, oh, she said, his name Martin? She said, yeah. You get it? Martin Luther King was a plant implanted by the son, this one, Junior. He la be do be da Illuminati. Can't you tell he need love? You get it? So his father was in on it as well. Mind you, his father was a pastor. That is real. His father was in on it as well. Listen, people groom these children to do these things. Michael Jackson was groomed to fit inside of the industry. Michael Luther King was groomed to be who he is. They have arranged marriages. No shade, Coretta. No shade, Coretta. Coretta. Now, I know they've been mentioning you up, bringing you up fat. I know Coretta. They got one boy hollering he want a new Coretta, but he want this Coretta to be a clear woman. You know what I'm saying? I know that. But it was an arranged marriage. Because everybody who knew him knew that he loved whole milk, skim milk. He loved deep diving in milk. That Negro loved dunking inside of milk like a donut. Do you hear me? He looked like an Oreo cookie inside of a cup of milk. He loved him some milk. Oh, yes, ma'am. And I'll do you one better. Tell me why on this new show on this new movie on Netflix. It's about the LGBTQ plus guy who actually created and started the March on Washington. I'm gonna learn this. If y'all know what it is, please put it in the chat. When he first came to Martin Luther King, because they was friends. You better talk your talk, Roshan. You better talk your talk. Look. Oh, that's the part they're not ready for. Beautiful ink. That's the part they're not ready for. Do y'all know who the real Martin Luther King was? Rustin. That's the name of it, Rustin. Listen. If y'all seen that movie, Rustin, we gonna get back to the real. We gonna do him one day. Because listen, I wish y'all have been on that live when Malcolm X dragged Martin. Do you hear me? When Malcolm X dragged Martin, oh my, whoever was in that live, if y'all was here, it was a while ago. That was a good ass live. We might have to do that one again. That was a good ass live. Do you hear me? Malcolm was dragging Martin, and then told Martin after he told everybody at his conference, he's a plant. He's hired by the government to keep you calm so that you don't rebel and so that you don't fight for what you really need. He's masking it up by basically saying, "Oh yeah, we just need to be calm and not fighting all that so that you'll never receive what you want." And then he said, "And if he gonna say I'm lying, he said if I'm lying, I'm fine. Tell him to come out publicly and call me a liar, and I bet you he won't do it." And guess what? Martin never did it. Lipstick. Malcolm dragged them by that mustache. Let's get back to Rustin. Rustin, in the movie Rustin, if y'all seen it, if you haven't seen it, go check it out on Netflix. Good movie. I never knew it was a gay man in the LGBTQI community that actually headed this shit. I had no idea. He goes to Martin Luther King. That's his other partner. Martin, like, what's up? You popping right now, my nigga. Everybody fucking with you. Everybody talking about Martin this, Martin that. I need you, bro. Martin like, well, shit, what you need? Rustin was like, boom. We want to do something monumental. Let's do the March on Washington. He like, March on Washington. He was like, yeah, let's get a whole bunch of Negroes and march our ugly asses up down there to the Capitol or whatever it was. And Martin was like, shit, sound like a good idea. Bet. NAACP pulls up. Oh, no. We ain't doing that. And Rustin was like, what you mean? Why? Well, first of all, it's impossible. No, it's really not impossible. Look, I got and I got Martin on board. Oh, you do? Bet. Give me a minute. They called Martin. Martin came back to Rustin and told Rustin, I can't do it. Because the NAACP had done called Martin and told Martin, carry your ass down there on Washington if you want to, and we gonna expose your ugly ass, bitch. Everybody gonna know about Michael, bitch. Go ahead, carry your ass down there. Matter of fact, I dare you, nigga. Carry your ass down to the March on Washington and watch me expose every goddamn thing about you, nigga. Everybody gonna know your name ain't Martin, your name Michael, and you love deep diving in milk communities, nigga. Say something. And I believe they had more than that on them. But for lack of better terms, that's what they said. You know what I'm saying? So boom. Long story short, it happens because somehow they don't go over this in the movie. They don't go over this part in the movie. But somehow the NAACP had a change of heart. And see, they make it seem like, it was a change of heart because they seen how fast the momentum was picking up. Negro, please. These are the Boule members who are the gatekeepers. They take orders. They don't move unless somebody tells them they can move. So apparently, somebody higher than them said, okay, go ahead, let them do it. And then the NAACP came back and was like, all right, Mark, you can go ahead. And then boom, there we go marching on Washington looking crazy for no reason. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it was, you know. So here we go marching our ugly ass up on Washington, holding hands and shit. Martin giving speeches and all of that. Mahalia Jackson over there. You know, niggas love a concert. We did all that. We did all of that to march up there and hear a concert. So shout out to the black folk who went up there. I'm not diminishing them folk, but I'm just saying we didn't get nothing out of it. But let's move on. All right, look. You know, y'all know niggas love a good concert. Now, am I lying? Y'all know niggas love a good concert. Come on now, y'all know what was going on. Let's move on. Why is the Boule and Martin Luther King, aka Mike, why is this important? Because see, people on the lower level of the divine nine, they don't know this. They don't teach them this. Yes, they teach them the origin. 1906, Big Brother, oh my God, founded the organization of Pi Chi Su. And then all of a sudden, he started excellence and he started volunteering on campus. And it was amazing. So now here, cut your finger and put this blood on this paper right quick. What? Yeah, and then cut her finger next to you and then lick the blood and then take the blood off your tongue and then put it on the blood over here. And then, you get it? You get it? They don't know that part. See, this is how psychological warfare works. This is how mind tricking works. I have a degree in psychology. Just so happen I love history and psychology, right? So this is how it works. This is how it works. There's an old saying it's easier to fool a person than to convince them they've been fooled. So how it works is they put these organizations, the Divine Nine organizations to our people, they post them up around campus. And when you see it, all you see is camaraderie. You see brotherhood, sisterhood. They stepping, they together. Everybody's all around them. Girl, Kalila, I don't know. I'm not, all I know is what they said. And they said, I'm just telling you what they said. They said that the people, the capital letter people, gonna release the tapes. And they said, we not gonna be surprised. No, we gonna be floored and horrified by what we hear. I'm just waiting on the tapes to release. I want to be the first one in line for my copy. Now, it ain't gonna be visual, because remember, they used to put bugs in the room and all of that. But ultimately, I am here. You get what I'm saying? To see what was going on. I want to see if he sound like I've been to the mountaintop when he in that. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in that thing, y'all make your body sing. I want to see. You know what I'm saying? But you know they say it's a whole bunch of stuff that the folk ain't gonna never guess. But I'm waiting on the tape to drop. I want to be the first one in line to get my copy. But we ain't got there yet. They say about 7 years, a couple of years ago, or something like that. Stand by. If I'm still on here by then, I will come in and tell we might do a private something over there on Twitch where we can all listen together, girl. It's going to be crazy. Anyway, back to what I was saying. They give off the guise that this is brotherhood, this is community, this is family, this is helping the community. Yeah, we give out turkeys at Thanksgiving. Nigga. But under that, see, they put that at the forefront of your brain, the good. So when they ease in the bad, it's worth it for the greater good. Let me say that again. They put the good and the great at the forefront of your brain. So when they ease in the bad, it's for the greater good. Girl, allegedly, J.M. Edwards, allegedly all of the above. Allegedly. I don't know. I'm just telling y'all what they said. I didn't say it. Oh, and let me give y'all some more tea. Y'all remember Aretha Franklin daddy? You know, he was a pastor. He was one of the big time pastors, baby. Oh, yes, all the pastors knew him, baby. All the pastors all over the North and the South. Everybody knew Riri daddy. Well, they say Riri Daddy used to have the FOs like Diddy them, and they said them FOs, hell, Richard Pryor say and Red Fox said they had the best times at the pastor FOs, not this one, but at the church FOs than they had at the doggone real ones with the you know what I'm saying? Yes, well, let me give you some tea. You know, Riri Daddy and Martin Mike was cool. And they said, listen, I don't know this to be true. I'm just telling y'all what they said. But they said Mike used to be down there at the FOs. And they say he wasn't nothing nice, baby. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm just telling y'all what they said. I'm just telling y'all what they said. Ask yourself why Riri never wanted to speak on her pappy. Moving on. So let's get into FO's freak offs, Nandy. Freak offs. Y'all remember Diddy had the freak offs? That's what they're talking about. Look, let's get into it. So fast forward. Why are the black Boule and the D9 up here? Well, let's get into it. Thank you, Philly Diva, for becoming a member. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I heard that too. That's what they said. I didn't say it. That's what the people said. That was all over Hollywood, and I believe that because everybody was saying it. I believe it. Oh, yeah, they put it in the Aretha movie, the one Jennifer Hudson where she played Aretha, but they was very coy with it. It was very surface, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? My roomie Big Lee just said that about MLK and Aretha, girl. They said they was over there. And they said the daddy had Riri at 9, 10, 11, and 12 and above over there. And they say allegedly that's why she got pregnant at like 11 the first time. And then they also said that he was the daddy, girl. Listen, y'all think these don't touch a man in a cloth. Bitch, what cloth? You talking about the wet rag you wipe off with after you finish? Oh, girl, go lay down. I don't try. What cloth? The rag? Oh, can you give me a rag and wet it for me right quick? Girl, bitch, please. Bitch, please. Bitch, please. There y'all know. Like, come on now. That's the clock. That's the man in the clock we talking about. And it ain't everybody. But I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into why we here, y'all. This is crazy. Y'all, I'm trying to get y'all the tea. I'm trying to teach y'all the tea. You know what I'm saying? So, and I want to make it palatable so you can understand where I'm going with this. Now, moving on. So I went pulled up this article, right? Remember, going into this article, what we got to know is the Divine Nine and the Boule, hey, Paula, and the Boule locked in. Locked in. I'm just saying. And see, the ones at the bottom, they will windmill with their head down to tell us that is a lie. We ain't no Boule, and you right. You ain't. Absolutely not. If you are in the Divine Nine and you just pay your dues and do your steps and march, you are not in the Boule. You are absolutely true. You are absolutely true. You might not be, but the connection is there. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Michelle's Life, for becoming a member. Queen Me says, boo, hey, boo, I went to sleep and woke up watching you. Love you, girl. Thank you, Queen Me. Thank you, Lady Libra, for becoming a new member. And look, y'all, if y'all remember my last live, we talked about it. Remember the lady? I asked the lady, I said, because she said that they basically, and if she in here, she know what I'm talking about. She said that they promote God and all of that. I said, well, if they promote God, if you was at church and they needed you to do something, could you just say, no, God comes first? And she was like, no. Let me say this again. They put the good at the forefront. So when they flip in the negative, it will outweigh, you know what I'm saying? It will be for the greater good. Does that make sense? Let's get into it. Hey, Michelle's Life. Let's get into it. So I pulled up this article, right? Like the video. Yes, please. Thank you, Steve Urkel. Like the video as you guys come in. So I pulled up this article, and we got a short clip that I want to look at as well. But I pulled up this article, and this is by, let me get the source. Hold on. This is on this weird site. Hold on. Who is this article by? Who is this by? It's one of them weird sites. Maybe the site it's cited at the bottom. Hold on. And I'm giving y'all this stuff, so y'all go look it up your goddamn self. It's on this site called toolify.ai. So this is probably an AI generated article, but it does speak to what we're talking about. Thank you, Big Lee, for the super chat. Thank you so much. The super sticker. Peep this. Y'all, we need to do that Malcolm versus Martin thing again. That shit was off the chain. I was learning more shit as I went, you know what I'm saying? Well, look at that. We spoke up Coretta. We talking about Scott King, though. Hey, Coretta. We talking about the other Coretta, though. Hey, girl. How you doing? Shout out to everybody hitting in from Facebook and also from Twitch as well. Thank you, Trisha. Thank you so much. All right, look. Boom. So I pulled up this article for you guys to see. Let me scroll up and get y'all where y'all need to be. And this article is entitled, share this tab instead. Let me make this bigger because I want everybody to be able to see. I want everybody to be able to see this. This article is entitled Unveiling Black Secret Societies, the Truth of the Divine, about the Divine Nine, okay? Now, it's going to mention some things about the Boule. It's going to mention the things that they have together, and we're going to look at a little clip, and we're going to talk a little bit of origin. Now, we already talked about the Boule. If you wasn't here for the Boule video, what we do know is the Boule was the first Black organization, Greek organization of all time. It was only for Black men. However, it was these elite doctors and all these other top tier people. Remember, we supposed to be broke. I'm still trying to figure out if we were slaves, who gave us money to buy land when we got off this plantation. But that's a whole nother story. We're going to deal with that another day. So, all right. That's the story we're going to get into. All right. Let's get into it right now. All right. The secret societies behind the Divine Nine organization. This is the introduction. It says, in the world of fraternities and sororities, few organizations hold as much history, tradition, and prestige as the National Pan-Hellenic Council, the NPHC, commonly known as the Divine Nine. So we know that the Divine Nine is also the NPHC, the National Pan-Hellenic Council. Okay. Comprising 9 historically Black Greek letter organizations, the Divine Nine represent over a century of brotherhood and sisterhood with a rich legacy of service that extends far beyond college campuses. I want to ask anybody in the hood, anybody outside of college, if you're in your neighborhood, how many of you guys have seen the the Boule or the Divine Nine in your neighborhood helping out? Don't all answer at once. If you've seen them often, please put a 1 in the chat. If you hardly seen them, put a 2. If you ain't never seen them, put a 3. I'm gonna just tell you like this. I grew up in Black culture and I ain't never seen them in the hood. Now, when I got to college and when I passed college, I realized the Qs be giving out turkeys. I went help did that one time, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, they don't help us. Seeing a bunch of 3s, so we tracking the same thing, but they're telling us, see, listen, before we move on, let me tell y'all this. Before we move on, I want you guys to understand this. There is a major difference in real and reality. There's a huge difference between real and reality. The reality is these people are saying they are there to help out the Black community, but it's not real because we all know that for the most part, these folks do not help out Black community. They help out as much as the NAACP help niggas. Reality-wise, yes. Hey, we're a Greek fraternity. We gave out turkeys. Yeah, you sure did. But they don't help the Black community. They don't. They don't. Remember, there's a difference between real in reality. Sometimes reality is what you can touch, taste, and see. But just because you can touch, taste, and see it, don't mean it's real. Remember that. Now let's get back into the article. Remember that. Remember what I just told y'all. Remember what I just told y'all. All right. So boom, that's what they said it is. However, behind the glamorous facade lies a hidden truth, the influence of secret societies. In this article, we'll delve into the secret societies that serve as the foundation of the Divine Nine, shedding light on their origins, purposes, and implications they have for their members and the Black community as a whole. Let's get into it. The foundation, Prince Hall, we're going to call him Mason Jar. Let's just say Mason Jar to trick the algorithm. Prince Hall Mason Jars. I'm sorry, my eye itching, y'all. Oof. All right. To truly understand the influence of secret societies of the Divine Nine, we must first explore the foundation on which they were built. Prince Hall Mason Jars, founded by African Americans in the late 18th century, played a crucial role in the struggle for equality and social advancement. Pause. How was Negroes developing something like this and we were slaves? Oh, okay, let's move on. Okay, so where was I? Oh, yeah. During the time where African Americans were denied essential rights and privileges, Mason Jars provided a haven for Black men seeking camaraderie and support. With Mason Jars as their guiding light, these men established mutual aid societies, universities, financial institutions, and even contributed to the Underground Railroad. Pause. History taught me in school all the niggas was broke and all the clear people was rich. Where did these niggas get money to find mutual aid societies, universities, financial institutions, that's banks, and even contribute to the Underground Railroad? Where did these niggas get this money from? I think about Frederick Douglass every time I say that. I ask that question. Frederick Douglass is another one. He was a rich Black man, and he was a so-called ex-slave. How the hell he get all this money? See what I'm saying? Okay, however, the true nature of Mason Jars and its influence on the Black community has often been overlooked. Boom. The birth of Sigma Pi Phi. That's the Boule. Y'all remember I showed y'all the picture of the Boule? Okay, with the realm of Mason Jars, Sigma Pi Phi, now mind you, they're chip off the old block, the Mason Jars, they're all connected. It's a domino. It's a domino. You confused, Kalila? What you confused on? I can help y'all, Fat. Put your question in there. I'm gonna help you. Kalila, put your question in there. I'm gonna help you, Fat. Because I don't want nobody lost. To trick the algorithm, the word that we see, I'm just gonna call it Mason Jars. Because I don't want the algorithm to come over here acting crazy. You know what I'm saying? So boom. Whenever I see Kalila's question, I'll answer her question. Because I don't want nobody lost. So boom, let's get into it. So now the Boule is a chip off the Mason Jar block. It says the Divine Nine emerged as an entry-level access point and recruitment tool. This is major. Remember I told y'all before we started this article, I said there are people in D9 organizations that will windmill with their head down to tell you that they are not a part of the Boule. And I would say you are absolutely right. You ain't a part of the Boule. But according to this, they're saying it is an entry level, it's an entry tool. They use it to gain members. Meaning me, regular off the street, they wouldn't pick me because I'm not in already. I gotta be in. Hence, Dr. Jackie getting the doggone the interview with Scamala and Dr. Simone not. They both in fraternity, sorority. Kalila said no about what you was just saying about them giving money to the Underground Railroad. Yeah, so this is what I'm saying, Kalila. So what I was saying was we were taught in history that Black folk was broke and clear people were rich. So I'm saying, where did these niggas get money from? these niggas money? Because it wasn't true. It wasn't true. Let's get back into it. So boom, check this out, y'all. Peep this. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Let the people know we over here. Look, so it's used as an entry-level access point and recruitment tool. I want to highlight that part. That's big right there. The Divine Nine emerged as an entry-level access point and recruitment tool to what? What's the next level on this pyramid? The Boule. And what's the level amongst the pyramid over there? The Mason jars. Y'all get it? So the Mason jars at the top, this is of the black folk though, only of the Negroes. Mason jars at the top, Boule in the middle, D9 used as an entry-level recruitment tool. Let's get back into it. The Divine Nine consisted of Alpha Phi Alpha, Martin Luther King, Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, aka Delta Sigma Theta Delta, Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, Omega Psi Phi, Phi Beta Sigma, Zeta Phi Beta, Sigma Gamma Rho, and Lambda Phi Theta fraternity. Okay. Theta fraternity aimed to foster brotherhood and sisterhood. Remember, I told you they put the good at the beginning. Remember, I told you they put the good at the forefront. So when they stick in the bad part, you'll think it's for the greater good. Remember, I just told y'all that. What's the next line right there? Thank you so much, Honey Red, for the super chat. I appreciate you, my love. What's the next line? Yeah, we're not doing call-ins today, fly girls. We're not doing call-ins today. Don't worry about it, because I want to get this information out. Look. So where was I? Oh, yeah. So they put the good in front so you can basically disregard the bull that they about to put you under and have you do, so that because you're going to think it's for the greater good. Listen, it says, while these organizations are celebrated for their camaraderie and contributions to the community, bitch, where a deeper examination reveals their ties to the satanic foundations of secret societies. And see, when we go over this girl video who got a whole bunch of black folk who denounced the sororities that they were in fraternities, it's going to make sense. My brother was a Q dog. I still don't know to this day what happened, but I know he crossed over a line and he denounced right after. He would never tell me what happened, but he denounced shortly after he crossed that line over. Let that sink in. And my little brother was a Q dog. I'm talking about he branded and everything 3, 4, 5 times. The influence of secret societies. Secret societies such as Freemasonry and the Boule served as the driving force behind the Divine Nine organizations. They acted as recruiting grounds, attracting talented individuals who would later become influential members of the Black community. Did I not tell you it's a coincidence that Michael Luther King was in a fraternity too? Is it a coincidence that Kamala Harris is in a sorority too? Not according to the article. They said, this is what they said. They act as recruiting grounds, attracting talented individuals who would later become influential members of the Black community. Let me give y'all the layman term of this influential members of the Black community: the gatekeepers, the ones in charge. Through the incorporation of satanic principles and rituals, these organizations spread false light and veered away from the worship of God, or Yahweh, of Israel. By failing to acknowledge and denounce the spiritual entanglements associated with these organizations, members unknowingly bind themselves to different spirits and entities, perpetuating the agenda of the New World Order. Let me say that part again. Members unknowingly bind themselves to different spirits and entities, perpetuating the agenda of the New World Order. Why is this important? The people down at the bottom in these D9 organizations, they have so much positive to say. We heard it on the last live, and they do have camaraderie. They do have relationships. They do get special treatment than the regular person. They do. But that's the good side. There's two sides to every coin. So when they over there doing the rituals, and we're going to get into it because they do rituals, they have Bibles for these people. They have Bibles. Get me up here. Let me say it so you can see my face. They have Bibles, these organizations, and they make the people memorize them. And the surface level, you'll think, oh, it's just hazing. Didn't the thing just say binding yourself to entities? Perpetuating? Oh, sound about right. You know what I'm saying? Sound about right. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. But listen, they got them stomping the yard. They make the movies. We had It's a Different World from Where You Come From. Girl, I wanted to join the sorority. Girl, what did you say? Girl, when I seen Whitley with Gilbert was in the cute girls, and then the other girls was Jaleesa was in the Deltas. What would have been the Deltas? I was like, girl, I want to go to college so I could join the sorority, bitch. I only wanted to go to college to join the sorority. It is a recruitment tool that they use through entertainment. Bill Peel, watch your back, Cosby. He is also in a fraternity. Are y'all tracking what I'm saying? Bill Cosby created a different world. Black folk on the outset, we were just like, oh shit, this is nice. He's a black man doing. He was recruiting. You get it? He was recruiting. Love the show. But this is how you know it worked. This is how you know it worked. Put a 1 in the chat if when you watch A Different World, you didn't want to join the sorority. If you watched A Different World and wanted to join the sorority, put a 1 in the chat. I know it worked on me because I wanted to join. If you watched A Different World and wanted to join a fraternity or a sorority, put a 1 in the chat. It is a recruitment tool, entertainment. Oh, School Days was another one. These are recruitment tools. We just thinking it's a good TV show. It was a recruitment tool because they know the average black person ain't going to think like that. But the ones that they want, let's get back to this education, girl. This is good. I like this. Let's get back into it. So look, boom. So, yeah, we already talked about binding themselves to entities perpetuating the agenda of the NWO, the New World Order. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I forgot the Parkers too. What, didn't the mama come join? Was she join college later? Didn't the mama join one? Girl, please. It's all recruitment tools. Let's get back into it. It is crucial to comprehend the satanic foundation that underlies the D9 organizations with their origins rooted in mason jars. These fraternities and sororities have adopted many of the practices, beliefs, and doctrines of the mason jars. The rituals, oath, and allegiance taken by members have far-reaching spiritual consequences, aligning them with entities and ideologies contrary to the teaching of the Bible. I have always asked people in sororities and fraternities, how is it that you can be in a sorority and in a fraternity and still believe in God? I'll tell you how. Because when they recruit these people to join these sororities and fraternities, they do that under the guise that they are Christians. Remember I told you they put the good to the forefront so the negative can outweigh it, and then you do it for the greater good? That's the greater good. We Christians. We love God. Matter of fact, we go to church. Gag is the pastor, one of them, either a mason jar or a doggone D9 member his damn self. But y'all ain't ready for that conversation. It's all a play. Moving on. It says, okay, where are we? Okay. As followers of Yahweh, which is God, and believers in Yeshua, which is Jesus, it is imperative for individuals to repent and renounce their affiliation with these organizations, redirecting their focus to the worship of God. Now they go on to God commandments, and it says he demands undivided worship and obedience from his followers. Basically, God said, don't worship no other God before me. Y'all know that. You know what I'm saying? And then it goes on for repentance and denounce and da-da-da-da-da. Now, I want to get into this clip that they have attached to this article, because this is where we're going to get visuals. We got the literature part. Let's get the visual. Peep this. Remember, hold on.
For more than a century, Black Greek organizations.
Remember what I told you guys. Remember this part. Do you see how appealing and attractive that looks? That looks very, if I'm on a yard, especially as a freshman, because most of them who go through the hazing come in as freshmen, straight out of their mammy house. Why you think the military recruits you straight out your mammy house? They won't even let you smoke and drink, but you can go down there and join the military. They make it attractive by this so that the other stuff that you're going to go through, you're going to think it's for the greater good, because, yo, like, why not? Like, this is my brotherhood. It looks very fun, ain't it? Don't it, Miss Parker? Miss Parker? It look hella fun. It look hella fun. Peep this. Check this out.
Have made their voices heard on college campuses and in communities across the country.
Well, the founders of these organizations, they understood that the pathway forward for us was together through unity.
Moments like that.
Look at that. You hear them words? They very, very tricky. Oh, for us to be together through unity. Bitch, I know you lying. I tell you what, if it's together through unity, see how they stepping right there? Try to walk through that line. Try to walk through that line of them stepping right there and see what the unity. See how much unity you got. You want to know how much unity you got? Ask the people down there at the that's in these organizations down there at the corporate jobs. Hey, can I get the same job you give your brother or your sister? See how much unity and togetherness they got. It's all a play, y'all. It's all a play.
Shared by many in the Divine Nine, the 9 Black sororities and fraternities that comprise the National Panhellenic Council. Vice President Kamala Harris has been outspoken about the impact her sorority has had on her.
This whole girl. Go ahead, Kamala. What happened?
And along the way, you find people who help you become your true self. For me, that was my beloved Alpha Kappa Alpha sisters.
And don't be fooled. Though everyone may not always wear their letters or broadcast their acts of service,
that work behind the scenes is very serious, and they are committed. And it's some people that you wouldn't even know that are part of sororities or fraternities, that are part of very big decisions, very big just trends and monumental changes that are happening.
Because we do have.
Listen, they look like us. You would never know who they are until they start hollering or whatever them hoes be doing. You know what I'm saying? You would never know who these Negroes is. They look like us. They act like us. But I tell you what, when it's time to separate, wait, what happened to the unity? You ain't a Q. Y'all remember that dude that went off on the comedian because he was imitating the Qs? Ain't no girl, unity my ass. All right, unity. UNITY, girl, bye.
We have a love for our community.
You a motherfucking lie, bitch. You the lie whore. Liar. And I can't stand, let me tell you something. I have a problem with black, listen, I don't know if y'all know this. My problem ain't with the clear people, because I know that without the black man's help, the clear people can't do nothing to us. My major problem is with black people when it comes to this type of thing. Because these people right here, who we looking at, these are some of the people, your politicians, your celebrities, your people in high places that are literally placed there to hold you and keep you right where you at. I don't like them. I don't like them. I just want to put that part in there. You know what I'm saying?
Injustice, as long as there is a need to mentor,
As long as there is a need to uplift the African Americans, there is a need for Alpha Phi Alpha.
A challenge that many of us face when dealing with this world is how we accept many practices and mindsets that have been in our communities long before we were even born or our parents or our grandparents were born. We accept many things that we feel are...
See, that's what we're not going to do. See, what they're trying to do is make it like, oh, it's a human thing. You know, everybody have issues with you know, just being accepted. Oh, go lay down, sir. Black folk don't have no business doing nothing behind no clear man. The same clear man we want to turn around and act like is oppressing us is the one we want to mirror. I don't have a problem with black folk in these type of situations.
But it is about deception that runs in a particular community that is defined by a race. I did not set up this world, and I did not make these divisions. So please do not fight against me for bringing these topics up. This particular subject is a major part is that we've heard of secret societies and that they exist. And with that understanding, one thing I don't think owns, etc. Many people have heard of...
a little bit.
I promise you that there are many that have been exposed to this, and this information will do a great deal to bring clarity for many and help them gain the strength and wisdom to recognize the trappings of Satan and how he was allowed to enter into what we call the Black community in America. So with all that out the way, let me introduce you to this topic. As a majority, we have probably heard conspiracy theories about secret societies. There is no limit to the chatter about many groups like the Freemasons, Bilderberg, the Jesuits, Skull and Bones, etc. Many people have heard of these groups, but most don't know a thing about them and if they really matter or not.
Let me gag you up right quick. Most people inside of these organizations don't know nothing about them. We got black folk that are mason jars and they don't really know exactly what the hell they is. Let me say that again. We got black folk a part of the mason jars and they truly don't know who the hell they is and what they doing. They just want to be accepted. They just want to be a part of something. I've noticed there's a trend in the type of people that these organizations attract. Same with celebrityism. It's a lot of people with something missing. Does that make sense? And this is no shade. A lot of people from one parent households who probably grew up in a lot of trauma, who probably grew up in a lot of abuse, they are easily manipulated because they have nothing to go off. You get it? So like, for instance, somebody who is a hard thinker, you ain't got to put them in there. Oh, if somebody who's a free thinker and somebody who's not easily influenced would not do well in those organizations. For instance, we crossing. Let's say I'm in there, we crossing. Child, the moment they say, all right, do this, all right, cool. But then the first time they say, I need you to cut this and lick this, and oh, you done lost your mind, bitch, please. I ain't doing a motherfucking thing. Bitch, you got me fucked up. They don't want me. They want the people who are searching for something. It's the same thing in celebrityism. It's the same thing in Hollywood. It's the same thing in politics. It's the same thing in every single thing. You see what I'm saying? Let's get back into it.
I assure you that they do. But speaking about all of them will take me places for time's sakes I cannot go. I've spoken about these topics before. Anyways, the point I'm making is that the fact that there are secret societies is not very secret. It's more secret about what these groups believe in and why they exist in the first place. The point that I'm getting at is that we've heard of secret societies and that they exist. And with that
does that not look, let me back him up a little bit.
First place. The point that I'm getting at.
Does this not look, y'all remember Stomp the Yard and all of that? And remember when they got, even on school days, remember when they got them in the line, they had the hoods on, remember that? And they had to unveil themselves. This is identical. Go ahead.
That is that we've heard of secret societies and that they exist. And with that understanding, one thing I don't think that is well known is the existence of Black secret societies. Let me be clear that I don't like referring to this segment of the population as Black people. But for time's sake, this is how I will refer to the descendants of the transatlantic slave trade in America. So yeah, People don't think about Black secret societies because it is well known that over the course of history in the United States, power has never been truly given to the Black community.
False. See what? Look. See how? See. Look. Peep it. I need y'all to peep this. These are the images that they replay in Black folk head day in and day out. When you think about the 50s, 60s, this is what you think about. And you think about the civil rights movement and all of that. You don't think about the fact that this was just a small portion of what was happening to Black folk. And again, like this man, I'm saying Black for sake of time, but we are not Black people because the definition of Black is the absence of. So if you want to be called Black, which is the absence of color, the absence of, you ever heard about a pitch black, dark room? You can't see, you can't feel, it's pitch black. It is the absence of. But for the time, like he said, for the sake of the video, and so we can move it on, we're going to say Black folk. But they got society and Twitter done told us we Black Americans now. We was African Americans before that. Then I learned on Twitter, now we Black Americans. Girl, bye. But I put it in the title so that y'all can understand where I'm going with it. I didn't want to lose nobody. All right, let's go.
This is why we saw the civil rights era and even no campaigns like the deceptive Black Lives Matter. It's because there was no power in the community. So I know it kind of sounds odd to hear of Black secret societies. When I first was exposed to it, it kind of threw me off. Because what is the deal with them? If there is power in those other white secret societies, that should mean that there is power in the Black ones as well, right? The answer is a clear yes, but it's too deep to discuss right now. The fact I'm getting to is that Black secret societies do exist, and it has been the primary way of access Satan has had in order to...
Black Caucus. Are y'all familiar with the Black Caucus? They just as useful as a bad-mouthed dog in a Frisbee contest. Are y'all familiar with the Black Caucus? They just about as useful as a bad-mouthed dog in a Frisbee contest. No cap. Okay, T-Mobile giving me Hulu. All right, go ahead on, T-Mobile. Y'all show this comment by Lipstick Drama. I want to see that one on there. Don't hide it. Don't hide Lipstick Drama's comment. I want that up there. Yeah, it's about as useful as a bad-mouthed dog in a Frisbee contest. You know what I'm saying? Girl, these people be playing in our face, girl.
Infiltrate the Black community in America. Because they're secret, it was a good reason why the infiltration was able to occur. Nobody knew certain men and women in their communities were compromised. So when we saw them, we looked at their status and their rise.
I want to show y'all something.
Nobody knew certain men.
Look at this. Jesse, I fuck your bitch Jackson. Mike, Martin Luther the King, I am a freak on the low. And these two other Negroes, all were in Divine Nine organizations. Remember I told y'all coincidentally, all of our leaders and all of our celebrities and all the people we look up to is in D9 organizations. We just went over there a live or two ago where, hell, Pat LaBelle old ass just crossed over, AKA her and the girl from the gospel group girl. Child. Y'all see Mike, huh? Mm-hmm.
And women in their communities were compromised. So when we saw them, we looked at their status and their rise that we thought that was based upon education and hard work, never really realizing that they sold out in order to sell us out. I've gone over these Black secret societies in other videos. I spoke directly about Prince Hall Freemasonry, and I spoke directly about the Black Boule. Two topics that are extremely important if you want to understand these Black secret societies. Again, please know that the secret is not that they exist, but the secret is what they actually do and what they believe.
I wanted to what about Malcolm X? He's my friend. Y'all pick. No, Malcolm X was not one of them. He was not. Malcolm X was a problem not only for Negroes, these niggas. Which way I'm going? These niggas. Malcolm X was a problem for the clear people and these niggas. So Malcolm X wasn't in that. We're gonna go over that Malcolm X shit one more time. That shit was good. I like that. Malcolm X was spitting. Do you hear me? Malcolm was spitting. Do you hear me? Malcolm was like, he was on some real gangster. That was when him and Martin was beefing. Then when they was beefing, Malcolm went in on that nigga. You heard me? Telling y'all niggas round y'all, he didn't call them niggas. He said, I don't think that's true felt reality. I think that's what they trying to put out there to tarnish that man's name. If the capital letter people following him and ain't found nothing on him, how the hell somebody else know something? If the capital letter people didn't find nothing on him, how did that anybody else know anything? Girl, it was a lie. It was a lie. It was just to smear his name. Same way they around here smearing Cat Williams' name now in what's his name? Shannon Sharp catching a stray just because he interviewed him. That's what they do. But he was not in that. He wasn't in that. But I wanted to address a comment. Somebody said, I like the name African American. That's cool. But I just want Black people in this chat to understand that your names are becoming more and more vague as the time goes by. You are slowly losing your identity. Once they gave us African American via Jesse Jackson, and then once we got African American, Black folks say, okay, well, where we from in Africa? Boom, drops genealogy. Now they're telling everybody we Nigerians, knowing good and goddamn well we don't look nothing like no Nigerians. We ain't got no ties to no Nigerians. We don't know. We don't even. The people don't deal with us, and we don't deal with them. But everybody 85% Nigerian and 2% this and 1% that. Girl, genealogy, go lay down. Go lay down. What I'm saying is, African American, Nandy said African American, the term African American is only sensible if you are certain your roots trace back to Africa, aka I can't pronounce that. Absolutely. What does that mean? What she said? Only if you can trace back your roots, meaning there's documentation, not that spit in the cup and then we're gonna tell you where we from. Who they testing that shit against? Y'all ever asked y'all that? Y'all ever asked yourself that? Who is they? How do you know what part I'm from? Who they using? What I'm saying is, once Black folks started wanting to say, hey, well, what part of African are we from? They gave us the spit tube and we sent that off and they say, y'all Nigerian. Boom. Then people started saying, well, okay, let's go to Africa. They go down to Africa. We figure out the Africans don't want nothing to do with us. We carry our ass back home. And now they're like, oh, shit, we need to pivot. Call them Black. When the gag is a Hispanic Black could be a Black American. An African Black could be a Black American. Anybody with dark skin tone could be labeled as a Black American. Same with African American. Any person from Africa, no, regardless of the skin tone, can be named an African American. They got clear Africans, they got Black Africans. Let me say that again. I get it. You're gonna probably say, no, that don't make no sense, Voodoo, because clear people don't come from Africa. Long story short, if they were born there, if they are native there, if they have generational ties to there, they are African. If you say they're not African, then we ain't American, according to what they say about the slave trade. I'm sorry. I'm saying all this to say them names getting more and more vague. Listen, we accept Black American now. Our children and our grandchildren ain't gonna have a clue where to start to find out who we are. They won't even know where to begin. I'm just saying. Let's get back into it. Where's the damn tab? Okay.
Believe in and what they practice. But here's the thing. While those organizations are known for keeping secrets, and they are the source of power in the secular Black community, what goes very overlooked is the recruitment tool.
Hero. I remember that. And you know why people went crazy? Because listen, let me say this too. Only Black Americans are taught Black history the way that we're taught. Africans don't get taught the same thing we get taught. The island people don't get taught. We the only ones get taught that we all the same. So when Elon Musk came out and said he African American, Negroes went crazy because we are taught all Africans are this, and that's a lie. Technically, he is an African American. You get it? That's why I'm saying them names getting more and more vague. But hey, who am I? Who am I? I ain't nobody. I'm just a little chick over here with a YouTube channel. I ain't nobody. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
That's used for these secret societies like the Black Boule. In the Black community, the majority of us know about these Black collegiate Greek fraternities and sororities. I'm talking about the Alphas, the AKAs, the Kappas, the Deltas, the Omegas, etc. But though we know about them, we know very little about the first Black Greek fraternity, the Black Boule, Sigma Pi Phi. This is the first Black Greek fraternity in the country, the first pillar of Black history after Prince Hall Freemasonry in the Black community. But I guarantee if you surveyed a majority of Black Americans, they wouldn't be able to tell you much about this group. Most people
Exactly. Because they keep the people down at the very bottom of this pyramid scheme ignorant. They do the same thing in government. They do the same thing in school. They do the same thing in every aspect of life. The people at the very bottom of the pyramid are pawns. Do y'all know anything about the game of chess? If you know anything about the game of chess, then you know that the pawns are expendable. You don't give a good goddamn about how many pawns you lose, but you start to worry when you get you start losing the knight, the rook. You know what I'm saying? Pawns are us down at the bottom. They need to keep us ignorant and dumb. Why are you listen? They not just lying to Black folk. They to clear people too. That's why they believe they superior, and we all know that's a false. We all know that's a lie. But they believe that because they being taught some BS too. It's the way to keep us dumb and stupid. That's all this is about. We need them stupid so we can do what we doing behind the scenes and woo the wham wham. And then we need them also to rely on us to guide them because we need them to not be independent of us. Yes, salute to Dan Calloway and his wife Tanisha Calloway. If y'all don't follow them, please, if you're looking to be open-minded and go wonder about us in Black America, please go follow Tanisha Calloway and Dane Calloway. I've been following Dane for a long time. His wife just got a channel not too long ago. They are amazing researchers. They research is beyond what I do. Beyond what I do.
people don't even know that they exist. This is true because, again, like I was saying, there are Black secret societies and they hold power in the Black community. Most of the prominent Black men in the Black community are Boule and they're proud of it, which is why LeBron James tattooed their symbol on his body. It's right in.
Is it a coincidence? Yes, Miss Toya. Let me tell you something, Miss Toya. When I saw the interview with him and Joe Brown, Judge Joe Brown, I was not as knowledgeable on this stuff as I am now. And the only thing I can remember saying to, dang, why he going in on, that's an elder, you know, whatever. Oh, but when I became knowledgeable, it all made sense. If you know, you know. I'm going to just leave it there. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. And I'm going to leave it there. But look at LeBron. Why is a basketball player tattooing the sign of the Boule on him? Why is the nigga who shoot hoops tattooing the Boule on him? Things that make you go, huh?
In plain sight. But because we operate in ignorance without knowledge, it is seen but not known or understood. But listen, this subject is not about the Boule. The point is that in order for the secret society of the Boule to function, to grow, and to operate, they needed a way of recruitment so they can continue to grow throughout our generations without the masses knowing. And their most primary recruitment tool are the Black collegiate Greek fraternities that were formed after Sigma Pi Phi came into existence. The Black Boule is a postgraduate, after college, professional organization that they established and accomplished Negroes were secretly a part of.
Miss Parker, he don't have to go to college. Girl, they just made Pat LaBelle old ass just crossed AKA her and the girl from Mary. You don't have to go to college no more. You don't have to go to college no more, girl. They're giving out membership like it's nothing now. And ask yourself why they're giving out memberships to who they're giving them out.
But the way that they kept their membership growing is they formed these minor Black collegiate Greek organizations that they always could gather and recruit the talent that they desired. You won't find a Black Boule member that was not already part of the Greek collegiate fraternities.
Look at these folks.
Most people think these fraternities and sororities are just part of our history. They feel that they were a way that Black people formed camaraderie in order to combat oppression and segregation. And don't get me wrong, they definitely are. But they are so much more than that. These organizations were established in order to ensure that Satan had access to the Black community in order to further his goals.
Did y'all see all them people that he just named on here? I haven't read Behold a Pale Horse, KJ. I need to get that. I haven't read that. I need to get that. I haven't read that. But did y'all see all them people that's D9? Did y'all see all them folks? All the leaders. Wasn't it all the leaders? Oh, Riri was Delta, yes.
If you or anyone you know is a part of the Greek fraternities and sororities, you've taken oaths, you performed the rituals, and you have not repented and denounced your participation with them, you have an extreme problem on your hands when you stand before the Most High. Some of you know this deep down inside, or some of you want. I do not have the time to go over many specifics as a source of equality, freedom, and justice. There would be no civil rights movement in America without Freemasonry. And maybe your initial thought is to cheer them on for that. But what if these goals and movements were less about equality and freedom and more about rebellion, walking away from our Creator?
What I said, did I not tell y'all Martin Luther King's agenda, his orders by the government was to keep the Negroes calm. If they get crazy, they're going to want to fight. We don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I'm about to show y'all literally. Hold on. Stand by. Hold on. I'm about to show you in real time what that looked like. Let me show y'all exactly what that looks like. I'm about to bust y'all head. This is a documentary I told y'all we gonna go over. Hold on. Peep this, y'all. Peep this. Let me show you what that looks like. Let me show you what that looks like. Let me set this up for y'all. 1965. We're gonna go over this whole doggone documentary maybe next Friday. Listen to what I'm saying. I just told y'all that Martin's orders was to keep the Negro down. Not just Martin, NAACP, all of that. Your orders is to make sure these Negroes don't think for themselves and rebel, right? Same thing the brother just mentioned in this video. Let me set this clip up. This is a clip in Mississippi, 1965. There were a bunch of people who were fighting for the right to vote, and they were fighting for civil rights. These people had done sent word up to the mayor. Mind you, they were already grassroots organizing before the NAACP pulled up. Let me say that again. Before the NAACP pulled up, they was already doing their thing. But here come the NAACP. We gonna take care of it. We got it. Ask yourself why. They didn't need your help. Ask yourself why they go get what's the man name? Jesse Jackson in the little Al Sharpton, the one with the Bible head. Ask why they and Tamika Mallory and all of them. Why do these Negroes show up when we don't need them? In this clip right here, these people are going to get word back from the mayor that he will not accept their demands to treat them equally and give them voting rights, and not voting rights, but treating them equally, and they are going to get ready to lose it. Watch what the NAACP do when they see that. Check this out. Hold on, let me fix the volume.
The 650 National Guardsmen stood by in the zip. The National Guard unit.
Let me gag it here too. Not only did they deny their request, they sent the National Guard to make sure if them niggas get out of pocket, they just go ahead and pop them upside the head.
Order.
Now, this here is the civil unrest that the government at the time were afraid of. That's why you had your NAACP and all these other people.
When I got on the scene that morning, the Freedom Democrat Party kid was trying to get the people away from Ellis and was trying to march to the courthouse right then and there.
I'm going to read everything on here. I'm not going to say anything else but what's on here.
Now, this guy got the paper that the people not trying to abide by what they asking for. So this guy like, fuck it, we need to go tear this bitch up. Watch this.
Which was submitted by the people of Natchez 1 week ago. Okay. It says a declaration of the Negro citizens of Natchez, Mississippi. The United States.
The mayor rejected all of the demands.
I have an announcement to make right now. The announcement is that the city of council, I have just been told by Ms. Dory Ladner, has rejected every one of these demands. Rejected every one. See, every one that you submitted, they've been rejected. They said, no, you don't count. That's what they say. They say you can demand and demand and demand, but nothing's going to happen because we're going to reject them. We're going to keep the Ku Klux Klan, the headquarters right there, and we're going to bomb Metcalf again and any other person who puts his mouth up. Now, the question is, do you think that these demands should be resubmitted today by way of a march to the city council?
Yeah. Now the people get up. The people ready to roll. They like, you know what? Fuck all that. They playing in our face. Let's just go march up there and demand what we want. Keep this.
Okay. The guys who tell you to wait until tomorrow and the next day and the next day, I am willing to go today with you down to the city council to present this. You don't want no violence. The man say you go demonstrate legal.
And I'll make this crystal clear.
Now look,
this is an NAACP.
This right here, this dude got here. Yeah, drop the link for me, Unicorn, please. This dude right here, y'all remember Medgar Evers? Are y'all familiar with Medgar Evers? This is Medgar Evers' brother, part of the NAACP. He's there to tell them niggers to shut your ass up and sit down and let me handle it, meaning he don't want y'all to act crazy.
CP project, along with the community of Natchez. And we're not going to let none of the rest of you come in here and take over our project. You understand that? Let's make that clear. I want to make that clear. Now, if there are any of you people who come in here just to stir up trouble, hit the streets now. You're so bad and want to do so much. Go ahead on. Right. Go ahead on. Right. Now, go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't want to play too much of this because we're going to go over this separately. But let me just say this, y'all. Do you see the author of confusion happening right there amongst from our people? It ain't them. Them folk ain't over there doing this. They are using us to do this. When they got the response that the mayor rejected all of their commands, them people was ready to go tear shit up, as they should be. But Medgar Evers' brother, the brother who was unalived by allegedly unalived by a clear man in front of his door, was down there from the end. He was a representative of the NAACP telling them, we not doing that. You're not going to mess up ours. You don't live in Mississippi. What you mean our shit? Shit. See, that's what the celebrities should have said. I mean, the citizens should have said, but they didn't because it causes confusion. Now, the people who's ready to go march, now they're afraid. Now they confused. They're like, well, shit, shouldn't we march? Well, maybe we shouldn't march. You get it? These people are authors of confusions. I don't like them. I don't like them. Say what I see.
And introducing a different form of slavery. We'll get to that. Either way, like I said earlier, the story of Black America cannot be accurately and fully told without recording the impact that Prince Hall Freemasonry had upon Black society. Behind nearly every pivotal turn in the history of Black America, Prince Hall Freemasons can be found, especially in the Black church. The foundation of Prince Hall Freemasonry.
Now we could move off of this because now he's starting to talk about the pastors. Because like I told y'all before, the pastors is in on it too. Them niggas is doing everything they could. You know what I'm saying? Because they in on it. They are part of it. Pastors, especially the mega church pastors. Oh, girl, please. And again, it ain't all of them. But the pastors of these mega churches, oh, they in it. Why do you think? When that clear man said Diddy is in the Boule, who was he standing next to putting his sign up? TD, take that, Jakes. TD, when he said Diddy is in the Boule, TD, take that, Jakes was his partner. Now check that. Voiceovers by Brown Butterfly says this was strategically done and purposely calculated. Exactly. See, the untrained brain will say, well, you know, it just makes sense. Y'all ready to go march, y'all unorganized? No, we're not going to do that. Let's stay here organized and figure it out. But what people don't understand is when it came to could be Heather Spirit, could be. But when it came to us trying to figure out what to do, to be honest, Malcolm X said this. I didn't say it. Black folk ain't ready for no revolution because a revolution requires a lot. I'm gonna just say that for lack of better terms. And we are being taught through the church to be docile, wait on God. No, why are you doing this? Just wait on the Most High, wait on Jesus, wait on this person, wait on that person. They are part of the agenda as well. Also, there are a lot of planned unalivings in our community, George Floyd. There are a lot of planned unalivings in our community, Trayvon Martin, to knock us off the pivot. And then they also use that for research purposes as well. But that's a whole nother story. You see what I'm saying? Y'all gotta be listen. You know what? Fuck it. I need to pay my little thing. Hold on. I need everybody in this chat on this type of time right quick.
Wake up!
Please wake up.
You know, Abundance and Clarity asks, what do I think about the Black Panthers? I think a lot about the Black Panthers, and let me tell you why. So I know the founders of the Black Panthers, they were all intertwined in this shit. But in my opinion, an unsuspecting young man by the name of I never remember this young man's name. What's the one that was unalive? They did a whole movie about him. Put it in the chat, y'all. I'm bad with names. That man lost his life because he really believed in something that really didn't exist, to be completely honest. Not Huey P. The one who was on Fred Hampton. Thank you, Meek with the brown eyes. Fred Hampton. Thank you. Fred Hampton. His name always misses me because I be thinking about the people at the top. All them other niggas at the top, they were all intertwined with all of this that I'm showing you. But it was a young 21-year-old brother who decided, hey, all of our kids coming out testing positive for lead poisoning by middle school and high school, it might just be in the breakfast or in the lunch. How about we feed our own kids? They need to eat anyway. We impoverished in everything. It was a young brother who used common sense. This shit ain't rocket science. It was a young brother who used common sense to say, yo, why don't we just do a free lunch program, a free breakfast program? We can pool our resources together. We can feed these kids every morning, make sure they get to school safely. We are non-violent unless provoked, but if provoked, we will pull up. What's up? And that young brother at that age with that influence that could have went so well for Black folk was unalive. And let me tell you something this, and I'm going to tell you this good. He was set up by somebody inside of his camp. It was another person next to him hollering Black Power that got that brother up out of here. That's a fact. It was another brother next to him hollering Black Power that got him up out of there. This is what I love about Curly Kiki says Fred Hampton was inclusive to all the Mexican Africans in Chicago. He was only 19 and unalived at 21. This is what I like about him. He was inclusive, but he understood that we was us and they was them. He was like, hey, if you KKK, I feel you. You should have your own shit. We ain't trying to live amongst y'all. I'm with you. Yeah, if you're a white supremacist, come on down because I'm with you. Even though I feel like as a white supremacist, you might be against me. I understand you putting you first because the movement I'm trying to have is going to put us first. See, that's why he was open to the Puerto Ricans and all these other people because he was saying, yo, I understand how you feel about your people because I feel the same way about mine. Even though we have our differences, let's get out of our feelings. Let me say this again. Even though we had our differences, let's get out of our feelings and go fight for what we believe in. And the people was like, that makes sense. They had to get him up out of here. Not only are you influencing and encouraging Negroes, you got other people too. If it wasn't for somebody like this, shout out to the brother, man. That brother, he lost his life as a young person for what he believed. But I tell you what, you know, I understand how it feels to have a strong belief in something. I tell y'all this every time. I may not be right, but whatever I say when I say it, I believe that shit with all of my heart. And because of that, if I come back later on and I'm wrong, I correct it. But I'm not going to feel no type of way about saying it when I'm saying it because anything that I say, I believe. And again, don't listen to nothing I'm saying. Everything I'm showing y'all, please go do your own research. Don't listen to nothing that I'm saying. But what I'm saying is I understand see, Fred Hampton was the true definition of standing on business. That was standing on business. He believed that shit so much. He knew that he wasn't going to last long, but he still stood on business. You get what I'm saying? Most of us ain't built like that. 95% of us ain't built like that. If y'all knew the risks some people take to tell y'all the stuff they tell y'all would be surprised. Thank you, T Pretty, for the super chat. Imagine if Tupac was still alive, loving this live. You know, I love Tupac. I think my only problem with Tupac is I don't know if it was because he was in that industry, but he was so lost. Tupac was not the thug dude that we saw. That was not that man. That was not that man. He was not that man. And he lost himself in that industry. That's my only critique of Tupac, because Tupac was the revolutionary. Tupac was the poet. Tupac was the person into the arts and Tupac was not the thug life nigga. And even when you look at the acronym of thug life, you understand that thug life ain't what the average person would think it was. But when you get locked up in that industry, you do as you told. They're puppets. They're puppets. Unfortunately, my dog Tupac was a puppet. You think he wanted to come out talking about thug life and all of that shit? All his music was Dear Mama, how he loved women. Then all of a sudden, he in a tub with no clothes on. Mind you, they told him that he had to take his underwear off in order to take the photo with the gold all around his private areas. You think he wanted to do that? Girl, please. But when you are controlled and you don't own you, you have to do. What's that little Mexican dude name? 6ix9ine said you have to. But I don't want to know you have to. Thank you, voiceover by Brown Butterfly, for the super chat. Thank you so much. That man, listen, Curly Kiki artist that man was a thespian. That man, he was too smart to do what he did. I'll just say that. His knowledge and intelligence was way beyond who we were left to think he was. I'll just say that. I'll just leave it like that. Let's move on. So now I want to get into wait, let me go to my email because I had this video I want to show y'all. Now remember we were just talking about, because this is all about the tie-in. Remember we were talking about how where that damn video at? Oh, here you go. Remember we were talking about how these people are so coincidentally all the same. Peep this. Hold on. Is this the same one? Hold on. I think this might be the same one. Look at Roland Martin. I can't stand him. He ain't even nigga. He African.
Stuff, different items at times.
Let me back up. This not the same one. Fair use. Fair use. It's for educational purposes only. Now this is from TCA. Shout out to Thoughts Camera Action. I think that's how you say it. He is really good. I like his stuff. He be exposing a lot of stuff over there. I fucks with TCA. Thank you, One Serenity, for the super chat. At work and can't engage, but I'm so appreciative of you. Gratitude, beautiful. Thank you so much, One Serenity Seeker. Thank you so much. Roland ain't even nigga. He an African, but he around here cosplaying as a nigga. And we gonna get into that too another day. He around here cosplaying as a nigga, and niggas don't know the difference because we taught that we all the same. Dr. Umar Johnson, I'm sorry. He ain't us, and we ain't him, and that's okay. But we are taught the Pan-African movement, and here we go. Girl, can't see the forest for the trees. This, you can't make this shit up. You know what I'm saying, girl? Anyway, let's get into it. TCA's video. Oh, yeah, you didn't know Roland was African, just God is only? Oh, yes, ma'am. Very. He ain't nigga.
And this is a culture. Now, I do agree. We're not fundamentally disagreeing, but the culture is so deeply entrenched that there is no way to dismantle it. So this is the argument that I'm making, and not many people are making this argument. I'm simply saying that no policy, no laws. Remember, hazing is a felony in the state of Florida. I had some of my fraternity brothers in this very same school go to jail a few years ago because of hazing.
So these are pretty bad. I mean, when you sent this to me originally, I could not believe it. I honestly could not believe it.
Yeah, it's and you can kind of see, like,
let me say this. Dr. Umar has a wonderful point when it comes to Pan-Africanism. But my problem is we can't worry about everybody else till we figure us out. It's like, how can I take on more kids and my kids ain't eating? Does that make sense? If I'm struggling to feed my kids, how can I just say, okay, well, let me make sure your kids and your kids and your kids eat? As Black Americans, lack of a better term, we need to be worried about us first. Everybody else doing it. And we should not be blamed or looked at differently because we thinking about us first. We should not be doing that at all. But we are shamed even by each other for thinking of us first. It's crazy. Yeah, he ain't nigga. He ain't nigga. He ain't nigga. Nah, back to what I'm saying. Yo, look at some of the rituals and all the stuff that's going on with these folks.
if you, I don't know if you can zoom in, but on that left picture, you can almost see like a big handprint, like towards the middle. So this is only hands, you know, being slapped against your body, etc.
They know that this is a practice that goes on in these bands. It also goes on in Black Greek letter organizations, which the bands are mimicking. They're very clear on that. When they say they don't know about it, they're either lying or they should be fired for negligence. This is going on throughout the South at HBCUs. It's going on at predominantly white universities where they're Black Greek letter organizations. Clearly, the policies do not work, and you're having people injured throughout.
Girl, look, listen. This is about to be ignorant, but it is what it is. As a Black American, if they ain't from Jamaica or something like that, they're African. I know he Haitian. I'm talking about rolling. Roll your big ass down the hill. If that nigga ain't from one of the islands, like in the Caribbean that we all know about, the Jamaicans and all that, because all the island people Jamaicans too. He African. It's ignorant, but it's true. I'm just saying we don't be having time to decipher who is who. He African. He Haitian. Oh, all right. As soon as we walk away, what he is, African. You know what I'm saying? But he ain't nigga. The point is who he ain't. It ain't who he is, it's who he ain't. He ain't nigga. Yet he over here in America talking to Negroes, niggas, about how and what they should do when it pertains to voting. Carry your big nasty ass back to Haiti and talk to them folk about it. Why are you over here fucking with us? Because he's a plant. He's a puppet. He's doing his job. It don't matter what he is. Ain't that right, Yusef? It don't matter what he is. I don't give a good goddamn. It matters who he ain't. And he ain't nigga. That part, fly girls. That part. We are the blueprint. We are the alpha and the omega. We are the beginning and the end. Why do you think they hate us, but they can't live without us? Come on, man. Come on now. T Pretty say I should have described him like I described Rolling. Roll your big nasty ass down the hill, you big fat, funky, nasty, cheesy, greasy, dirty, funky, disgusting bastard. I don't like roll your big ass down the hill. Don't like the nigga. Ain't never did. Ain't never did.
Around the country, and you're having people
a lot worse than that. You know, you get hit in your legs, you know, with different stuff, different items at times. You know, even another form of hazing is, you know, just a more common form of hazing is being paddled on the butt, so your butt can look just as bad as that does, you know, if not worse.
And so as an administrator or even an elected official in a state that's concerned about this, the question is, what are you going to do with these organizations once you take that into account?
So, Roland, what can be done? I mean, is this something that has just existed through the years at these schools and is always going to exist?
Well, first of all, with all due respect to the professor, I think you have to broaden this conversation. It goes beyond HBCUs. It goes.
Mind you, he's a puppet. Mind you, he's a puppet. According to what they told us, HBCUs they were for historically Black colleges and universities for African American Negroes. All of a sudden, all the Africans, remember, but y'all said we African Americans. The Africans came and said, shit, we won't blend in too. And because we are taught as Negroes that we all the same, we don't know the difference. Most of us don't even know roll big nasty ass ain't nigga. Most of us don't even know that. Thank you, my for the super chat. Tupac was the Fred Hampton of our time. Afeni raised him to be a revolutionary son that the revolution, then revolution angry man, I guess that's what it was. Yes, you are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. He just shouldn't have been entangled in that damn industry. If he didn't go sign with Death Row to get out of prison, we wouldn't be here. If he had just sat there and did his time and he didn't sign with Suge them to get out of prison, I believe Tupac would still be here and he would be one of them people under the table that's doing way more than a lot of them.
Goes beyond Black Greek letter fraternities and sororities. Look, I'm a graduate of Texas A&M University. 2 years ago, 2 members of our Texas A&M Corps cadets were charged for hazing. In 1984, a Corps cadet actually died going through some exercises. What you have here, so you have historically white fraternities and sororities, but you have hazing as well. Hazing is about culture. It is about institutions where you largely have young folks who are in control of these institutions, and so they are doing what they need to do.
Do you hear this big nasty bitch? Do you hear this big nasty bitch up here talking about what hazing? Oh, it's about culture. So you mean go get whelps? Go let them brand me like a fucking cow because it's culture? Bitch, you don't know nothing about American culture because you ain't nigga. What is you talking about? See, but that's what I'm trying to say. That's what this is what I'm trying to say. This is how these puppets work. He cosplaying. He acting like he nigga, but he ain't nigga. Yet he telling niggas what the culture is. Are you fucking dumb? Y'all, are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? He ain't even nigga, and he over in America telling niggas about culture. Take your big nasty ass, your grilled cheese sandwich eating ass back to Haiti and tell them folk about their culture. You can't tell me a goddamn thing about my goddamn culture. Ain't nothing you can tell me about my culture, and you ain't me and I ain't you. Why he don't take his round head ass, his round table head ass back to Haiti and talk to them folk about the culture? That's who you is. Why you over here fucking with us? But this is what I'm trying to tell you. They are using these people to y'all get what I'm saying? My head's starting to hurt because I feel like I'm saying it, but I feel like maybe some of y'all may or may not be getting it. Are y'all put a one in the chat if you understand what I'm saying? Please put a one in the chat if you understand what I'm saying, because I really want us to understand what I'm trying to say. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. All skin folk, the old folks said it all the time. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. You got a Negro right here cosplaying as a nigga, telling niggas about nigga culture, and you ain't even a nigga. Make it make sense. You see what I'm saying? Moving on. But listen, before we move on, when you are taught peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism, when that's what you're taught, you're not even capable of identifying the difference. They can, but you can't, because they don't teach them that we the same. They teach us we all the same. The girl Rhoda, the brick lady. All black women shared all their resources. Shout out to Yanni, Real Talk with Yanni. I was over there listening to her video earlier. Because she has this skin color, black women came out and drove to support this hoe and lost all their platforms behind this hoe. And she don't even like black women. And you would sit up there and say, dang, we all black. We the only ones think like that. They not taught that shit. She thinks she better than us. We think we all the same. They don't. We think we are the same. They don't. So why rolling big nasty ass is up here telling niggas about nigga culture is beyond me.
Hazing is about culture. It is about institutions where you largely have young folks who are in control of these institutions, and so they are doing what they need to do. You have two things going on. You have also alumni members, graduate members who have a belief that if you want to go through what I went through, I have a great appreciation of you as a member. So if you don't go through it, then I don't regard you in the same way. So that kind of peer pressure is applied. I still have people right now on my Facebook and Twitter page saying that, well, if you're a paper member of a fraternity, if you didn't go through that sort of test that I went through.
That nobody's been able to stop this to date. And so if we want to save black lives in these organizations and other lives, we get rid of these organizations.
That's because she is. Hold on. T Pretty said brick lady look like the man from the movie Captain Phillips because she Ethiopian. She ain't nigga. She ain't nigga. But we taught if they look like us, we the same. They not taught that. When she was dragging black women, they got 40-year-old black women jumped me. They were jealous of me. Why would black women be jealous of another black woman? Oh, because she thinks she's different. You get what I'm saying? And back to rolling big nasty ass. This big bag nigga over there, big bike. Shout out to Florida. This big bike nigga is over here telling us about nigga culture, and he ain't even nigga. Oh, it's about if I went through it, you go through it too. When the gag is, let me gag y'all up right quick. Most of y'all leaders, most of y'all celebrities, most of y'all people who running around rapping, they don't go through that. Only the ones down at the bottom of the pyramid, dumb, duck, goose. Only the ones at the bottom of the pyramid go through that. The ones who in positions of power, for the most part, a lot of them don't go through that. But they tell you they do so that you can just woot fall in line. Y'all know I do. Girl, I can't stand Rolling Martin. I don't like this nigga. I don't like him. I can't stand him. It grinds my gears. You know what I'm saying? I don't like him. It really grinds my gears. And I hate my gears being grind. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like him. You know, but again, he's cosplaying. Let's get into it.
This is a particularly black problem.
No, it's
the
not.
way it's manifesting itself in these organizations. I absolutely disagree.
We're gonna
not in this level.
I went to predominantly white schools. I pretty much know.
I went to both. I went to both.
I appreciate both.
Send your kids to college, and they pledge AKA because you did. You never researched what AKA or Sigma Gamma Rho and all that was. You just did it. Then when you find out what it is, you find out the ritual they had to do to cross the burning sands and the pledge to the god of Horus. Pledge allegiance. You took an oath.
Mind you, Roland is the one telling y'all how to vote, though. Vote blue no matter who. Ain't that what he said?
With Egyptian deity. So that oath is binding.
Nothing to fear, fear itself.
All 9 of the Black Greek lettered organizations claim to be non-hazing.
Omega Psi Phi fraternity is a non-hazing organization.
Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated is a non-pledging, non-hazing organization.
But then they also claim that hazing is used to break people down to then build them back up.
The process, quote unquote, is supposed to break you down to your lowest point and build you up.
And that was the purpose of having a process, you to be broken down to be built back up.
Essentially what Greek organizations, what we have to do while you're online is like tear you down to build you back up.
Break you. Who else adopts that ideology? What other main big organization adopts that ideology? You join it and there's a period process or there's a process period where you are torn down so they can build you back up the way they want to. I want to see who knows this. What other big organization does exactly what the fraternity said? Ain't nothing new under the sun. There's an organization out here. Boom. Thank you, Steph. Steph was the first one got it. Steph was the first one got it. Or was it? Hold on. It wasn't Steph. My bad. It was Roshan. Thank you, Roshan. Thank you, Meek with the brown eyes. These people, thank you, Steph. These people adopt the exact same ideology. They have to break you down to build you up. Why do you think that is? Think about it in the case of the military. Think about the military. The reason the military wants to break you down to build you back up because they need you to be a soldier. They need you to take orders. They need you to think like they need you to think in order for us to protect democracy. Remember? So then why would the fraternities and sororities be adopting the same mentality if it's about union and unity and helping out the Black community? Why would they need to do that? Think about it. If I know why the military do it. The military do it because we need to protect democracy. And if I need to send you to war, I don't need you thinking for yourself. I need you thinking, let me just roll with what it was. But why, if the whole purpose of the D9 organization is to promote unity, to assist in this, that, and the third in the Black community, why you got to control these folks' minds? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Again, if the D9 organization is simply put there to make sure that Black people are cohabitating in unity and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, why are they adopting military tactics? I need y'all to help me out now.
Wake up!
Please wake up.
Put a 1 in the chat if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Put a 1 in the chat if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Let's get them back up here. This shit is not, it's not hard, y'all. It's not rocket science. This shit is really fairly easy.
You down to build you up.
Broken down to be built back up.
People always say they break you down to build you up.
That's what they do at set. They curse at you. They call you names. You're good for nothing. You'll never become a Zeta. You'll never become an AKA, whatever.
Would that sound like boot camp? Oh, okay.
And they beat you down to build you up.
Did you know in Nigeria and other places in West Africa have secret societies who now operate off campus as well? Often with members who never went to university. Roland was a first-year student when he joined the Buccaneers, a secret illegal student society in Nigeria. A brutal initiation ritual was held late at night in the forest. Older members, singing, dancing and drinking.
Anybody in a D9 organization will tell you what this man about to describe is some of the stuff they did to cross, aka ski. And what's the other one be saying? What the Delta be saying? All them hoes, the hoo. All of them about to do what this man about to describe. But go ahead.
To ring around him and other blindfolded initiates, beating them severely until the early hours of the morning. The ritual was supposedly to purge the initiates of weaknesses and instill bravery in them. The moment you go in there and come out, you are a different person, Roland told the BBC. They have a chain of command similar to militia groups, use code words, and have insignia bearing the favorite weapon of the cult, along with its color. Members are promised protection from rival gangs, but it is mostly about power and popularity.
Thank you, Alicia Tubbins, for becoming a member. Thank you so much. Listen to what this man is saying. And listen to what he's saying and think about the D9 organization as he's talking about this. Hold on, check it out.
These secret societies are banned in Nigeria, and hundreds of members have been arrested and prosecuted over the years.
Let's talk about hazing. Hazing is something that happens when you join a fraternity or sorority. It's a way to form like a trauma bond between everyone else that's joining that fraternity or sorority with you, your pledge class. And the big thing about it is you're supposed to trust the people that are hazing you and trust that they are building you into the best version of yourself, I guess. Hazing can range from making someone binge drink until they vomit, to making someone write your papers, making someone do your dishes, bringing someone a piece of gum every day for their 8 a.m. class. Sometimes hazing.
And you know what's crazy about a lot of this? Small things that we think ain't that big. Oh, get up and make me breakfast. Oh, it's cool. It's not. That's not abuse. Yes, it is. It's psychological. All of this shit, like she said, bringing me gum. That's psychological. That's training your brain and your psyche to take orders on command. All of that. Why would they need to do? Why do we have to do this to bond? Why we can't do a whole bunch of other shit? Why do you want to take over my mind for us to bond? This doesn't make sense.
Hazing is just dressing up as like a banana every Friday in class. Or it could be binge eating food and then being forced to run a 5K and like work out just so you throw up. Typically, you don't say no to whoever's hazing you. Like you can, but you shouldn't if you know it's good for you.
Name the largest Black Greek letter fraternity. I am going to do all 5. In the 5th slot is Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated with more than 50,000 members.
Look at how happy she is to talk about these niggas.
In the number 4 slot is Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, citing more than 100.
Ain't that Colin Kaepernick? Ain't that the nigga who took the knee? Had America all in the uproar, niggas ready to take knees and clear people ready to bop them upside the head. Is that a coincidence?
25,000 members, and on some local chapter websites, citing more than 150,000 members nationwide. In the number 3 slot is Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated with more than 225,000 members. Now for the number 2 and the number 1 slot goes to Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. Shout out to the bros.
Ain't that Steve Harvey? Ain't that Steve? Family Feud, Harvey, big lip bastard. Ain't that him? Ain't that big lip bastard? Look like he been smoking backwoods since he was 5, lips as black as coal. Ain't that nigga? Why is Steve Harvey accused? And why is it that he's accused, yet he's still at the top? Said in the place too. Said as a D9 member too. But yet these people, didn't Cat Williams call them gatekeepers? Oh, okay.
With 250,000 members, that the #1 slot goes to Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated.
Back that up. Back that up. Back that up. What you say?
If you're a member of any of these,
look at Roland, big fat, funky, nasty, cheesy, greasy, bald-headed bastard, bat shit crazy, ignorant ass. Look at Roro. Look at Roro. Y'all see Roro? Y'all see Roro? And he ain't even nigga. Look at him posted up next to the bros. Go ahead on, Roro. Cosplaying, but go ahead.
Organizations or a member of the Divine Nine, I want you to go ahead and show some love in the comments.
Everybody's in some kind of secret society where they outright pledge allegiance to other spirits.
I have always been a catalyst.
Shirley Chisholm, first black woman to run for president. She a Delta. Is that a coincidence? Put a 1 in the chat if Shirley Chisholm ran for president as the first black woman and it was just a coincidence. Put a 2 in the chat if something might be up with that. Put a 1 in the chat if Shirley Chisholm running for president is a coincidence. Put a 2 in the chat if it, you know what I'm saying, it might be something up with it. Thank you, Honey Stinks, for becoming a member. Listen, y'all got to understand this part. There are no coincidences. I said this is my belief. I could be wrong, but everything is done by design. Ain't no coincidences. I keep telling y'all that, but y'all don't be wanting to hear me though. Now, the first black woman to run for president, she Delta. How, Sway? How? Go ahead on, Shirley.
For change.
The founders of these organizations, while they perhaps could never have envisioned that one day we would ascend to the highest levels of power and authority in the land, including within the Congress and now the White House. But I certainly know they dreamed it and believed.
Thurgood, get your higher ass up here, nigga. Look at Thurgood, Alpha Phi Alpha. Ain't that the first one of them all? Thurgood, one of the niggas who they said, allegedly, they said this nigga was around here NAACPing it up, you know, get bailing niggas out of jail and whatnot and woot-the wham wham, niggas we didn't know. Yet and still, apparently they put a nigga on the newspaper and we just went with it. You know what I'm saying? But Thurgood just so happens to be in Alpha Phi Alpha. Remember I said it's pyramid, it's levels to the pyramid. Y'all think Thurgood will be at the bottom of the pyramid or the top of the D9 organization? Put a 1 in the chat if you think Thurgood will be at the bottom of the pyramid. Put a 2 in the chat if you think Thurgood will be at the top. And we all know the ones from the top literally be like this with the Boule people. You get it? I'm just saying. Go ahead on, Thurgood. What you said?
That they were laying a foundation for great things to occur. That's the Mason Jaws.
We are suffering the loss. I mean, we suffer with it every day.
Maisha Hilliard is talking about her oldest son, 20-year-old Tyler. He died shortly before starting his junior year at UC Riverside. On September 15th, 2018, he was pledging the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. The pledges and fraternity.
Ain't that the first one, y'all? You know, in all these rituals and all these in all of these rituals and all of these issues and things like this, all these segments, you know they have to do sacrifices, right? Now, I'm a conspiracy theorist, so take this with a grain of salt, but you know they got to do sacrifices, right? Why do you think they do hazing? You really think they do hazing for brotherhood? If you think they do hazing for brotherhood, I got the well outside in the backyard, free of charge. I'm going to do free shipping this time up to 50 pounds. After that, it's 99 cents a pound. If you believe that these are, again, let me stop. Go ahead. Let me let y'all finish.
Members went to Mount Rubidoux in Riverside for a run. Hilliard's family says the pledges endured hazing at the hands of the fraternity members with them.
Tyler was subjected to harmful, humiliating, and life-threatening hazing rituals that ended at Mount Rubidoux, where he apparently collapsed and was taken to the ambulance to the hospital, where he died the following day.
The family is suing the fraternity and the UC Riverside chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha. They are not suing the university. Riverside police are investigating. Hazing in the state of California is illegal. On the fraternity's website, it states they are against hazing. Tyler's parents say he ended up in the hospital after an alleged hazing incident. A week later, he was dead. Dead.
We like to, for anyone to come forward with more information than what we've already received, and I'm sure there's a whole lot more that's gone on that we have no knowledge of.
Look at Libran. Who the hell called him Libran? Look at Libran. Libran. Who the hell called him Libran? Look at Libran. What the fuck does a nigga shooting 3-pointers and driving in for layups got to do with the D9? This is not making sense. Now, I know them niggas go to college. I get it. But why would they even, do they even have time to pledge, nigga? You got all this shit going on with basketball. You a D1 athlete. You ain't got time to be fucking with the D9. Why would you be fucking around with D9? And coincidentally, not only is he D9, he one of the tops with a tattoo of the Boule on him. But y'all ain't heard it from me. Y'all heard it from the video. Scratch back, roll back if you didn't catch that part, if you weren't here for that part. The tattoo right there, look. That's the tattoo of the Boule. Look. Sigma Pi Phi. Sigma Pi Phi. Love that Sigma Pi Phi. That's what LeBron said on his chest. When they was putting a needle to that nigga chest, love that Sigma Pi Phi. Not Popeyes, not the chicken from Popeyes. Love that Sigma Pi Phi. Girl, bye. But this your boy. This your boy.
Folks, some members of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity, Inc. are angry this morning at Bishop Eddie L. Long.
Look at his wig, big back, wide, big bite, wide bastard. That nigga head bigger than his bite. Check it out. He ain't bullshitting. I don't like rolling. I don't like that cosplaying ass Negro. I don't like him. Look at this big bite bastard.
Folks, some members of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity.
But this the nigga giving y'all the news, and he ain't even nigga. Oh, roll, go lay down and eat something before you lay down.
Inc. are angry this morning at Bishop Eddie L. Long was awarded the fraternity's highest honor during his funeral service in January. Long was head of the New Birth Missionary Baptist Church of suburban Atlanta. During the funeral, Kappa Grand Pole March.
Pause. Ask yourself why Bishop Eddie Toulon, who was accused of heinous things by young men and boys in the church, why would the D9 people be honoring this nigga? Shouldn't y'all be around now disassociating? But no. Did I not tell y'all these pastors is all of them niggas is either mason jars or they? Didn't I tell y'all? Did I not tell y'all the pastors is the big ones though? At least the big ones. Did I not tell y'all the pastors are either Mason jars or they D9 or they? You see what I'm saying? But look at them parade Eddie too long round the doggone congregation. Eddie Longstroke. I like that, Ariel. Look at him, Cash. Got Eddie Longstroke carried around the doggone congregation like this nigga is somebody he ain't. Whole time, this nigga is the doggone, Jeffrey Dahmer of the church. Somebody got to make this make sense. Thank you, Hockman. My soul is not for sale explains lifetimes of no. Yes. Thank you so much. That is amazing. I like this. Grape Tea News said, pledging is supposed to be for opportunity. LeBron signed a $100 million Nike deal before he even played a game in the NBA. He had all the opportunities in the world. D9 on some weird stuff. Listen, thank you. Grape Tea. You know, I fucks with Grape Tea. That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. You know what I'm saying? But let me just say this, Grape Tea is bigger than. See, that's what they tell the ones at the bottom of the pyramid. They tell the ones at the bottom of the pyramid, it's about opportunity and camaraderie, and they go sign up like duck gooses. But that ain't what this is about. He would have no need to join no D9 organization. However, here we are. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how it goes. These people are puppets. I love you too, my love. These people are puppets. I keep telling y'all. Y'all don't be want to hear me though. These people puppets. But go ahead on rolling with your big nasty ass. Get rolling, big nasty neck ass up here.
Thomas Battles Jr. called Long, quote, the ideal Kappa man before handing a laurel wreath pin to Long's wife, Vanessa. It is the highest honor given to a Kappa member.
On behalf of our brothers, we have his laurel wreath pin, and with permission, this Grand Polemarch intends to give it to you right now.
In 2009, they voted to give it to him at their convention in 2011. But it was in 2010, 4 young men sued Long, accusing him of seducing them into sexual relations for clothes, cars.
This is major. These folk down at the church know what he accused of, and they still praising him. They don't even realize they praising him. Some of them don't realize they praising him instead of Jesus. They end up praising him. And they know what he accused of, but it don't matter because he's not perfect. See, he a man in the cloth when you want to criticize him, but he's not perfect when you want to say, hold on, this nigga fucked up. Christian people, the church people, not Christian people. Church, I can't stand church people. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like church people. Y'all the most hypocritical, ignorant niggas I've ever seen this side of the Mississippi. I can't stand church people. If it ain't you, tread like that. I'm talking about the ones like this, who would sit up there and say, oh, he's only a human when he fucked up. But when I want to hold him accountable, he's a man of the clock. Girl, go lay down, sister soldier. Go lay down, lady. This is what I be talking about.
And travel to accuse him of approaching them while they were still in the church's youth academy. Long never admitted wrongdoing, but did settle the case out of court. Battles told the congregation Long deserved to receive the award.
2009, it was the brothers in Washington, D.C. that said, we see you, Brother Long.
Hey.
And you have...
We're not going to let you ride, Brother Long. I want to show y'all something. I brought this up in the live before. I want to show y'all something.
Admitted wrongdoing, but did settle the case out of court. Battles told the congregation Long deserved to receive the award.
2009, it was the brothers in Washington, D.C.
Pause. Who else be doing their hands like that? Y'all want to guess? Who else be doing their hands like that? Take a guess. I'm about to show y'all. This how you know this should be in plain sight, hidden in plain sight. Who else be doing their hands like that? I want to see if somebody gonna get it before I pull a picture up. Yes, Diddy is one of them, but it's somebody you don't even know. Y'all ain't got it yet. TD, yep. But I'm talking about somebody you would least suspect. I'm talking about somebody you would least suspect. I brought this up on the live before. Thank you, Naomi. Naomi got it. And I'm about to show it to y'all. I'm about to show it to y'all. Naomi got it. While everybody said there would be no Keith Lee slander, look at, let me make Eddie bigger. Look at Eddie big nasty ass. Look at Eddie big nasty dirty dog cheesy ass. Look at Eddie ass. Look at Eddie big nasty ass. Now peep this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. Let me go get it. Hold on. Let me go get it. Oh, it ain't my fault. Did I do that? Oh, it ain't my fault. Look at Keely. Why they all on TikTok saying there will be no Keith Lee slander allowed. Look at Keith. Go on, Keith. Why he tell you your food is a 10 or 5. Look at Keith. Look at Keith. Y'all think this is a coincidence? Do y'all believe this is a coincidence? Put a 1 in the chat if you think this is a coincidence. Put a 2 in the chat if you like, hell no, something is going on with this. Put a 1 in the chat if you think this is a coincidence. Put a 2 in the chat if you think something might be up. Look at Keith. Oh, yeah. See, y'all think he just down there eating paninis in quesadillas and shit. See, that's the problem. See, you see how he started? Y'all just think this nigga down here trying paninis and shit and trying gumbo and down at Candy and the Gang and all that. See, y'all, that's what y'all believe. Y'all believe that's what this is all about. Oh, baby, this shit bigger than, deeper than rap, fat. Come on now, fat. They had a whole compilation one time. I had pulled the last time I pulled it up. Look at this picture. Look at this one. Hand signal, different picture. I'm about to fuck y'all head up. Hand signal, different picture. I'm about to fuck y'all head up. Hand signal, different picture. Oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck y'all head up tonight. Oh yeah, y'all gonna go to bed with some food for thought. We jokes all day, we drag. We gonna go to bed with some food for thought. Look at this picture. Every video, Tweety the One. Every single video he does this. Look at it. Look. See, yeah. See, we gonna drag tomorrow, but tonight we gonna get this knowledge. Look at this one. New video. Why are that's not even a comfortable place to hold your hands. Think about it. When you just sitting down, chilling and talking, do y'all hold your hands like that? That's not even a comfortable place. Why is his hands like that? I'm gonna leave that up to y'all to ask. That's up for y'all to figure out. I'm just giving y'all the information. All I'm doing is giving you the information. You figure it out. It's up to you. Let's get back to rolling, big nasty ass. Get rolling, big nasty ass up here. Big nasty bastard. Get his big nasty ass up here. Him and the what I call them? Him and the Jeffrey Dahmer of the church, the Negroes.
I said, we see you, Brother Long, and you have earned the coveted laurel wreath, the highest award we could give a brother for his service. You ought to recognize that.
Because that's something they do at a lot of the black fraternities, right?
Yeah.
How do they do it?
For Q dogs? They do the same thing, but you know you're only supposed to tap it. You tap it on there and you release it because it's already gonna burn the skin with a quick tap. No, they literally almost got to his heart, man.
Witchcraft, bro.
Yeah.
Bobby, is that you? Come on, Chris.
I mentioned that 3 of the killers from the Memphis Police Department were members of the Omega Psi Phi fraternity. But are
we noticing a pattern? Are we noticing a pattern? Remember that black man that was killed by them police officers in Memphis? They are Q. Are we noticing a pattern?
making us really
A pattern?
really look into Pandora's box, because we're looking at what we call root causes. And it's Willie Lynn Science 101, because we will do worse to our own than they will do to us. And it makes us think of the movie Django.
I say,
I was the number 9. So the 9s that came in the line like before me, that pledged before me.
Let me tell y'all something. If you understand numerology, you understand why this number 9
The
thing.
movie Django.
I hesitate to articulate when I get out like an idiot. When I get close reaction, that's what we know. Without further ado, I should give you time. Time is 3 ticks, 2 times.
I was the number 9. So the 9s that came in the line like
come on, girl.
Before me, that pledged before me, they would be the ones that would be on me, like calling and stuff, and they would have my number. They would have like you know, if you did something or if they felt that you talked to them disrespectful, if you didn't call them big sister, you gotta write 5-page long papers talking about how you're disrespectful. And on top of that, you got to go do house visits. So house visits is like when you go meet up with big sisters that are just in town. It's you and like 2 or 3 other people with you. And mind you, you could never be by yourself. If they ever caught you on campus by yourself, they would kidnap you. Like on top of that, like not even the Deltas, but like if the Qs, which was the brother fraternity of us, caught us, they could kidnap us.
Why would the brother fraternity be kidnapping females from the sister fraternity, for the sister sorority? That's rhetorical. But why would the bros, the most aggressive of all of the brothers, why would they be kidnapping girls? Okay, go ahead.
And they would have to call your license. They would have to come get you. They could do whatever, you know what I mean, to you. Like, you know, you have to get in the cut, which I mean, like take licks. Everything. They smile wipe you. They do this thing where they make you sit in Delta chair, which is basically like squats. They sit on you. They spit on you. They hit. You know what I mean?
Spit on you.
Hair. Yeah. You know, we would eat dog food. I mean, the most demeaning, disgusting stuff that you could ever imagine. We would do this thing called Delta apple, where we would literally all take and bite out of the onion and like pass it to each other. You know, if you ever got an attitude because of something that they did to you, it's over with for you.
Let me say this. This is all hazing. Nah, they didn't kick your ass. They didn't give you wealth. They didn't brand you. But it is extremely just as bad as if they did. People don't understand. Psychological warfare is much worse than physical warfare. Are y'all tracking what I'm saying? Walker, this is my last name says, also remember the brain isn't fully developed until we are in our mid-20s. Pledging creates that trauma, that those college years. So of course, those Memphis police unalive him, homeboy, in their later years. Exactly. And this the gag though. This creates the trauma bond amongst the sisters and amongst the people in the sororities and fraternities. We're gonna have to put a pin in this one because this is lasting too long. We're gonna have to put a pin in this one, y'all. We're gonna come back for D9 part 2. We really gonna have to get into some things. We are going to have to get into some things. Do you hear this? That's the exact same thing. But listen, Elroy said, the artist says, how is this worth it? When you are coming from someone or someplace that has no type of backing, no nothing, and you are certain, whatever you are deprived of, you will find. Whenever you find it, you hold on to it tight. So if you're deprived of family, brotherhood, sisterhood, whatever the case may be, you're going to do whatever it is to attain that and to maintain that and to hold on to it. Like eating dog food, like doing a Delta apple where y'all biting off an onion and passing it down from one person to another. Like allegedly, they cutting your finger and saying you lick the blood and pass it down on your tongue. They prey on what you don't have, just like the clear people. Like I said, my issue, the clear people is who they are. We already know that. But when my people take part, that's when I have a problem. Yes, Grape Tea News, they try to fill a void. And people who don't have big boys like that, they don't typically do well in those organizations, which is why they don't pledge. There's a reason why you can't go up to them and say they want to join. They got to pick you. Ask yourself why they pick you and you can't pick them. I can't go up to the Deltas and say, hey, can I join? I'm like, bitch, what? They strategically choose you. Ask yourself why. But we're going to put a pin in this. This is D9 part 1. We're going to put a pin in this. If you enjoyed the content, no. If you learned anything tonight, please put a 1 in the chat. If you learned anything tonight, please put a 1 in the chat. Let me say this. All skin folk ain't kin folk. Just because they look like you don't mean they are you. Roland is a #1 example of them looking like you and not being you. I just want my people, Black Americans, for lack of better terms, but for this video, we just gonna call us that. I want my people, Black Americans, to understand that the warfare has always been and always will be solely against you. Let me say that again. Because see, there's a lot of people in the back gonna miss that part, or they're gonna misinterpret it on the replay game. I want to say Black American people have always been the #1 target in the world, Craig. Not the city, bitch. Not the country hole. The world. Do you hear me? Thank you, KJ, for the super chat. I never ever met a friendly AKA. No disrespect, but my encounters with them is shrewd. I understand. Y'all, I know we jokes. I know we drag. Thank you again, KJ, for the super chat. I know we jokes. I know we drag, but I feel like when I get off of this jokes drag shit, when I'm outside of research and shit to put up here, I really be on some knowledge type of shit. So I feel like shit, at least I could do is put my people on to some shit that I might be finding. And again, I could be wrong on a lot of shit. Call me on it. Let's discuss it. Let's research it together. It's not for you to feel like I'm not a teacher, so I can't teach you. I'm just trying to educate us as a community because we are so miseducated. When Lauryn Hill called her album The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, you have no idea. You have no idea how far how deep that went. Nevertheless, hey, Sin City from NOLA. Hey, Sin City from NOLA. Thank you, Grape Tea TV, Grape Tea News. All right, I'm gonna get up over here, y'all. I ain't trying to hold y'all up. I'm gonna let y'all enjoy y'all weekend. Go feed them churn. Yes, the Hidden Colors documentary. I don't think I've seen the documentary, Roshan, but I'm a damn sure check it out. Y'all, all the stuff y'all asking me about, can y'all send that to me in the email? Let me put my email in here. Y'all, send it to me email or Instagram. Let me put this in here. Anything y'all asking me about, because I'm going to forget. I ain't going to lie. Hold on. Voodoo. Hold on. Voodoo podcast at Gmail. I'm putting it up here, y'all. Shout out to all my moms for being so beautiful and so wonderful. I appreciate all y'all. Thank y'all for everybody for becoming a member. Let me see if I'm missing any super chats. I don't think so. You guys, I appreciate every single one of y'all. I'm going to get up out of here. Send me everything that you guys are saying. Send that to me via email so I could check it out, okay? I love each and every one of y'all. Black people, take care of each other because ain't nobody going to take care of us like us. Black American, Hotep, whatever y'all want to call yourselves. Take care of each other because ain't nobody going to take care of us. If you have not liked the video, please like it on the way out. Y'all know how we roll around here. We jose in and we jose out. Please stay educated and wake up, people. I love y'all. Bye.
Wake up!
Please wake up.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go! It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up. It's the beat for me. Wow, 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 wow. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Mix it for your boy. Drop it for your
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.